Where is it? Where is it?
I'll try again. I'll give you an extra few seconds.
You know, this is the first time in the last... Okay, we've only done like 2-3 sessions. However, this is the first time I haven't gone out the night before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we big. We big. We big.
Yeah.
Jack, you were looking swole.
There we go.
All right, I'm just sharing.
Podcast indicated
Yeah,
this
just
channel
started
is
gym,
intended
guys.
for mature audiences.
It's like, I'm going to widen up.
Hell yeah.
Look at that
You know,
sick
I'm only on
bicep
6%,
pump.
so I should probably...
Okay, hold up.
I'll get your
Well,
dumb thing.
I need to use my phone for
I'll get your dumb thing. Hold
my
on.
abilities.
Give me a second.
Do you have an extension?
What's an extension?
Council outfit? Oh, yeah. I saw
What?
the photo you put up
You?
this morning. I was fucking down.
Does it say, like,
Oh.
Gold Coast City Council?
Does anyone just want to quickly check all the...
Are you working
just
Brisbane?
play the Twitch on...
Oh,
the-
yeah, you
the
drive into
sound
the
and
city,
just
yeah.
make sure that everything's
yeah.
good. I'm going to start playing the music.
I'm just putting the link up.
Yeah,
Lollies
so-
if I once.
Oh, Cam, just drop one of these into your coffee. You'll be right.
Wow.
Turn that down.
Alhamdulillah.
Wait, I think that was...
Just too many loose.
Hang on, Adam's calling. What do you want,
And we're
Adam?
live.
You're live on stream as well. Just so you know.
Yeah, don't get us...
Hey, Adam.
Don't get us
Love you.
Wait, we're actually on?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're live. Watch your profanity.
Yeah, okay.
Damn, that was loud as.
That works. Yep. Music's good.
Yeah, it seems to be working. Edna story.
He actually made a good point. Unplug the RAM and plug it back in.
RAM. Yeah, well, there goes all my technical support.
Yeah, yours was just, did you turn it on?
Yeah,
turn it off and on.
Turn it off and back on again. All right, well, I'll put it in the ticket.
Well, I tried throwing it to the ground, but it didn't fix it.
Yeah, I poured water all over it. I thought it was thirsty.
Facebook doesn't
Yeah.
have an ad link
Alright.
to stories.
You didn't give a Gatorade though. Gatorade helps it.
Oh, the menu.
So sorry, everyone. I know that we are 16 minutes late. We've had some technical issues, as is per usual. Our computer basically died, so we've had to quickly suss out a new computer, which we've got. We're here now, so we're going to be able to do the session. Everything's fine. Because everything's on this new computer, we had literally 5 minutes to set everything up. So if the music's too loud, or if our mics aren't loud enough, just let us know. We'll quickly adjust it on the fly. But everything's a bit chaotic this morning.
And we have coffee.
And we have coffee. I've never had coffee before, and it's disgusting, but I'm drinking it anyway.
I think we're starting something.
It's so bitter.
But the aftertaste, it kicks in.
See, I like coffee ice cream and I like coffee cake
What the fuck's wrong with you?
I can jam.
because they're sweet.
Have you ever had
Okay,
a
yeah,
dirty
fair
chai?
enough, but like, you
Dirty chai.
feel like shit after it.
No, you do a shit afterwards.
No, yeah, that too, yeah.
All right. Okay, so yeah, let us know if there's anything wrong. I should be able to see the Twitch chat. For everyone that's here, we're recording. Everything's good. Yeah, everything's good. All right.
All this stuff.
Make sure we get everything ready.
Phones.
Oh,
Phones.
alhamdulillah.
The phone is silenced, but alarms do not silence. So I'm sorry.
I'm trying my best.
It literally is free to undo your alarm.
Do you have an alarm that says, when do we level up?
We will never level up.
All right.
Commoners for life.
So,
Where did you get this?
I got it from a guy that knows a guy.
Ah, you got a guy, huh?
Yeah, guy.
all right. So, before we get into anything, first off,
I
disclaimer.
like that.
So this show is recommended for mature audience and contains, but not limited to, swearing, violence, gore, and sexual references. If the aforementioned content is likely to offend, we advise you to stop listening to this podcast. All accents, locations, and characters are not based on real people or cultures, and all similarities are completely happenstance, except for a couple of things which we do base it on, which is from ancient civilizations. And if you're going to be offended by that, you didn't live in it, so...
Yeah,
There.
Yeah, fact. Hit him with it.
So...
Fergie.
Before we get started into the proper, we will do our intro theme song again.
Yes.
We will obviously thank Michael Galfi, Lord and Savior, Michael Galfi. Again, if you want to check out Michael Galfi's stuff, he will be up on our YouTube when we upload this to YouTube. He'll be in the description below. He does a whole bunch of free soundtracks, background music, all that sort of stuff for content creators that play D&D or other TTRPGs. And again, he's free to donate to. Well, it's free to donate. I guess that's correct.
Feel free to donate.
Yeah, just feel free to donate.
It
Yeah.
is free to donate. The donation isn't technically
It was
free,
freely
but-
given. It was
freely
freely
given,
given.
yes. What else? So his YouTube, Spotify, he's got a website. Again, they'll all be in the description below. But thank you very much, Malcolm Galfi. Fantastic stuff. Allows us to add some great atmosphere to our show. Now to the theme song.
By Kylie Brielle.
Yes.
Atmosphere.
Gets me
Probably said her
me
name.
every time.
Yes, I did.
As a new day dawns over the tides, your destiny begins to rise to carry you far from your homestead. The world is wider than you knew, growing ever greater in your view. Are you prepared to face the challenge ahead? Drawing near, a whispering fear. With the darkness crawling close, can you tell friends apart from foes? Each trial you overcome will make you strong. The choice is yours alone to make, a chance to change the winds of fate. Will you withdraw or will you carry on? The hopeful skies gray before your eyes. Shadows surrounding, a black roaring threat to shroud all you love in night. Your allies stand together by your side. Can you save what you hold dear? Will you be the light?
All right. Hope that was all okay. Fantastic work by Kylie Brielle, who we commissioned to do that wonderful theme song, and who we will most likely be commissioning in the future as well.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll get into episode 2 now that we're finally here. Again, sorry for last week. Somebody was feeling a bit under the weather and told us in plenty of time, so we're able to make adjustments to that. But
Why are you blaming him so much? Just put so much onto it.
Shade.
No.
All 3 of our viewers now know.
Daniel decided to message us at, what was it, 12:30 midnight on Saturday morning, and decided to tell us that he was sick. So
And I only got the message at 5:30 while I was at the door.
that's okay. We're doing back-to-back episodes, so we're going to obviously do this session. Then next session we're going to have our regular planned session. Then we'll be back on track if that's okay with everyone.
So next week, you mean?
So next week,
Yeah.
next week we'll do Saturday like we were meant to for the fortnightly, and then we'll get back into the rhythm.
Can we push it to the following Saturday, 20 years
20
later?
years.
Yeah, we're nothing but 20
You can
years
be
of gameplay.
you can be level -1
Okay, sweet.
Imagine if we did a session every 20 years.
Oh,
20 years.
that has to be one hell of a good session. Not gonna lie.
We'd have
The
three
session,
sessions.
The session goes for a 1 month straight, but it's every 20.
Alright, we're gonna take a long rest and just sleep.
Yeah, that's how you use your long service sleep, guys.
All right, so we'll get into it. In the previous episode, we saw the beginning of our characters' stories. Waking up, slightly hungover, the 4 friends were up for a big day ahead. They were tasked to go and hunt some kangaroos for the feast that night. Other than running into a giant cassowary on the way, which they didn't seem to provoke, the venture went off without a hitch. The party made their way back towards town, where they then helped with the final preparations of the feast. 2 ships were currently docked at the seaside town, Nostos's Wind and the Impolite Emu. These were standard merchant vessels, travelling on their way to the Siadarin capital of Grenford. Also in the town were a few hillmen and lunar elves selling or trading their wares with the merchant ships. During the festivities, a disgruntled sailor was overheard talking about a missed delivery and that no one was there. After being quickly hushed by his colleagues, Oscar went to investigate. After a brief conversation with a sailor named Pol Olgrenford, Oscar learnt that the seas below the Great Plains to the west and lands in Diadis were becoming slowly more hostile. Some ships had gone missing, and they have been hearing reports from further inland that small villages have gone missing as well. Without prying too far, Oscar went back to his friends. At the end of the night, Zyos started his long walk home. Being the eldest child meant that he tended to the animals at daybreak. Ender and Matthias, along with Sophia and Isra, the daughters of the fisherman's daughter, Tavern, went back to Ender's house for the night. Nothing. Don't take your minds out of the gutter. Nothing happened.
Oh boy, my mind never left.
Wait, you guys have mines? I only have gutters.
I was born in it, molded by it. Oscar, however, went to see his friends, the shipwright triplets. He shared information about a missed delivery and how those items were most likely still on board the Nostos's Wind. The shipwrights were more than happy to partake in the antics, and together with Oscar, climbed aboard the ship, where they found a few larger boxes and 3 smaller parcels. Destined for Black Sand, a town situated along the great southern coast, to the west of Traders Cove. Nabbing the boxes, the crew headed back to the shipwright's cabin along the beach south of the dock, where they opened their loot and crashed for the night. The morning came quick, and all but Zyle awoke just before daybreak to the sound of the town bell being rung, signaling an approaching ship. So, before we get started, we'll go do our character introductions. So, first off, we have Ender. Oh, yeah, wait, was sound all good when you guys
Shit, fine on my phone, yeah.
Hi, my name is Alex. I play Endor Drassic, who is a normal, average human being. Currently, how much of a description would you like me to provide?
Just what you're wearing, like your usual clothes, what you look like.
I hate it when-
obviously it's very early morning, so yeah, you probably got bed hair, but
Well, I wasn't really prepared to mention all this, so I really hate you.
you should always be prepared.
Well,
for character
I'm
introduction.
sorry, for God's sake.
I'm glad I'm not
Which one?
first anymore. It's good.
Shut it. Oh, and I have to bring up the character description and everything. This is why I hate Cam.
It's alright, we're not live, we can edit it.
You make a point.
All right, somebody else. Does anyone
No,
else?
it's all good. I got it up. I got it up.
Mine's pretty
You
short.
don't know your character?
No, I do. It's just.
You haven't got them tattooed on your body yet?
I have my whole backstory on my back.
Yeah.
That's my
So,
That's
again,
the backstory.
Ender is a 6 foot tall, slim individual. His skin slightly tanned, obviously due to the conditions of Traders Cove being a nice coastal town. Has blue eyes, hot amber, reddish and blackish hair. His current attire, since obviously he's asleep, is his standard sleeping clothes, which is just a basic kind of tunic looking thing. And he's just currently sleeping at home, just resting after the festives. And yeah, I'll just say that for now for me.
Facts. So he's in his jammies.
He's in my jammies.
Hello, I'm Jack. I play Zyor Agrotis. Forgot I changed his name. Zyor is a 6'9", 240-pound hearty Leonin. He's got golden yellow hair, which is so light and fluffy it should be in a Pantene ad. His actual fur is like almost white, sort of a pale, and it's always short and combed. He hasn't shaved in a while, so he's got a 2-inch goatee, which is pretty freaking dope. He's wearing his usual stuff. He's got a fur skirt, no shirt, but he's got, well, not his webbing on now because he's asleep, but usually he has his webbing with his like knife and a couple of his tools. And yeah, he's got a couple scars, but other than that, that's your boy.
Hey, I'm Mitchum, and I play Oscar Weaving, our soon-to-be, hopefully, if we level up, human bard. So, yeah, I'm throwing shade right back. If we threw Daniel under the bus, someone's got to get under there. So, Oscar is around 5'11". He has pale cherry red shoulder-length hair that's currently falling down to his shoulders. It is not tied back. It's got the sleepy eyes, which are hazel blue, if that tickles your fancy. He's got a bit of a red mark on his cheek from where he'd slept on it. He's currently dressed in his white tunic, his long white trousers that fade to a thistle purple at the ends, and he's also wearing a brown hood that has 4 pockets sewn into the sides, 2 on each, obvious. And he is holding his sandals in his hand as he is yawning and walking back to, I assume, Ender's house.
You weren't invited.
This goes up.
Goes as he pleases.
So you were already on your way when the town bells began to run?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Did you not yawn like you're gonna eat the mic?
My bad.
Brother's sitting there going,
Look at someone else, man. It's not even my turn.
go ahead.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I play Matthias Terulius Septimus Yassir Al-Jabbar.
Oh my god.
Sir.
Sir.
Sorry, can you say that again? I forgot.
Is it Matthias Terulius Septimus Yassir Al-Jabbar?
Talking to your mic.
Okay, yes, Dad.
Yeah, don't eat it.
You dirty dog.
Apparently we're not allowed.
Not in a...
So Matthias is wearing the exact same clothes from yesterday. Obviously, it doesn't change too often. And he's just taken off the apron. So that's how he sleeps and getting his jammies, is apron on, apron off. He's got those lines on his face from a damn good sleep, and he has just awoken to the bells of the ship oncoming. Hair is still frazzled because it was never kept.
So before we get into
Combat.
before we roll for initiative, now, I'm just going to say for you, Zyor, to make things a little bit easier and obviously to not keep you out of the story too long, I'm going to say that you usually rise sort of like a natural alarm clock, just from years and years and years of doing it. You naturally rise probably close to an hour before dawn every morning to obviously feed the animals, look after the house, get everything ready for the day ahead, so that you know that when you leave the house to go do your duties at the fisherman's daughter, your mum and your sister aren't taking you on all the household chores. So I'm going to say that you're probably already up. Again, you probably haven't had a lot of sleep, you're a little bit tired, but other than that, sort of just doing it's just any other day.
I don't like that.
No.
Any other day.
So am I like on my way to the squad?
You'd be probably on your way, yeah. So you'd probably be so when the town bell rings, it's probably about half an hour to 15 minutes before dawn. You can sort of see the faint light on the east, because obviously you're on the east coast of the Siadarin Empire. You can sort of see the light starting to just come over the horizon. However, let's get the setting down pat. So it is currently the second day of thermo at around 0500, about 5 o'clock in the morning. The cycle is obviously 1028 of the first stage. There's a fresh breeze blowing in to the northeast. Sorry, not northeast, the northwest. There's cloud cover. Not particularly thick cloud cover. Obviously still light enough that it's letting some of the light through, but enough that it's sort of almost giving a bit of a sprinkle. There's a slight sea mist covering, the bottom couple of feet of the earth. What?
Sea mist covering feet.
Just don't.
Nah, it's cool, bro. I'm good.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Where do the bells come from when they spot a ship?
The bells are usually at the dock.
Okay.
So
There's always someone at the dock, even like at Sparrow's Flight in the morning?
there's not usually someone always at the dock. It's kind of like a
Automated.
responsibility of sort of the workers. Like there's a lot of warehouse workers, obviously, sort of stuff down
Nice.
there.
Yeah.
And due to the fact that there are a couple of ships in, there's probably always going to be people around. And it's sort of just whoever sees the ship rings the bell, alerts everyone. Usually, ever since the lighthouse has been unfortunately destroyed, usually it's Old Man Miller up on the hill by his windmill who lights the fires to signal in ships. But however, because they're not expecting any ships, no fire's been lit, but there's a ship coming anyway.
Shit, unexpected.
So,
Sea mist.
so I'll just give a quick. Sorry, again, it's a little bit impromptu, but we'll just do a quick description of Traders Cove, just obviously try and get everyone into it, especially the audience. So, again, Traders Cove is a relatively small town located at the southeastern island continent of Siadarin. It has a few most of the buildings is covered in clay to protect it from the ocean breeze. Most roofs are sort of thatch. However, some of the, like the mayor's house, the Fisherman's Daughter, and the Sleeping Sailor Inn have tile roofs. It's not exactly a wealthy town, but they do all right, and most of their money is made from the trade from the hillmen from Dragontooth Ridge and the elves coming in to trade their wares with either the locals or with passing merchant ships. Merchant ships coming in obviously bring a lot of income and revenue because they like to drink and eat after a long time at sea, and that is what Traders Cove is sort of known for. This morning's obviously a little bit muggy, a little bit wet, still pretty dark, early hours in the morning. It's a little bit chilly. You'd probably want to put on a jacket if you went outside, but it's not unbearable. You wouldn't go out and freeze. You all awaken to hearing the town bell being rung, the dock bell being rung. You're obviously outside. You two inside the house, you've sort of just woken up. You would notice, Matthias and Ender, that Sophia isn't there currently. However, Isra is passed out on the floor, sort of drooling onto a jacket.
Nice. That's a sleep and a half.
It's a sleep and a half. I guess like I would wake up. Obviously, alarm bells ring and stretch it. What's happened? Do I see Matthias?
You'll probably see Matthias. He's just waking up as well, and like you said, he's got a lot of the scrunched lines on his face where he's probably put his arm while he's sleeping.
Okay. Well, is he like? Do I see him waking up? Like, was he moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I am right now, I'm just doing a quick old stretch.
And you just hear a constant ding, 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 ding in the background.
In this instance, I don't think it was going to be waking up how lazy she is. I'm going to just pick her up and put her on my bed and just kind of cover her. And then I'll just go to Matthias. And be like,
good morning.
yeah, morning.
Oh shit, are those the ship bells?
Yeah,
Oh fuck. Rub my eyes.
we're
Get
not
up.
we're not expecting a delivery, are we?
I don't know, but I gotta go. Shit.
Okay, well, I'll catch you there.
Wipe my eyes.
Do
grab my apron.
the bells like signify just a ship coming in, or is it like?
They've never been used to signify anything else.
Okay, fair enough. Well,
It's usually just a warning to obviously get everything ready, make room, make sure that everyone's aware that there is something coming in.
okay. Well, I'll let him leave for the time being. I guess I'll just start cleaning around the house because obviously we had a bit of festive time at the house. And yeah, by the time that's done, I'll slowly start heading to, the docks.
All right. It's Matthias. You're obviously heading to your home to pick
Back
up your
home.
supplies.
Yeah. To join the parents, light the forge, whatever we got to do, get the new visitors ready, and
Sweet.
make a buck.
You're obviously heading. You're moving up to Ender's house.
Yeah, well, I think I'd head that way because that's where my friend said that they're
Okay.
going to go.
So Oscar, while you're walking, because you're at the Shipwright Brothers' house, or workshop, you're sort of heading north. You kind of have to head north to the docks and then west up the hill to get to Ender's house. So, heading north, you probably would be probably halfway up the slopes, let's say, heading to the city main, and that's when you begin to hear the ship bell. Turning around, I assume you want to
Yeah.
have a look.
Absolutely.
No, he just does not give a
The
shit.
ship only signifies, the bells only signify a ship's approach. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to turn around. What do I see? Do I see a boat?
So what you see is looking out at the Trader's Cove. It's quite a half moon type shape. It's very enclosed, and again, because of how it's sort of naturally reformed into this cove area, the waves are obviously a lot nicer, and hence why it's such a good place for parking up your rig, your ride, your
Pull up in the whip.
your whip.
Your water vessels.
Yeah. What you see on the very far right-hand side and the very far left-hand side, obviously the cliffs sort of raise up, and it stops being a beach and more just sort of jagged cliffs as you go further. You see on the... It's very hard to see because it's so dark still, but you can sort of see it silhouetted against the background. A relatively large ship. It doesn't look like the merchant vessels. It looks more like a cargo ship that you've seen sort of in the past. So it's a little bit longer, a little bit bigger. The middle is sort of parted out a lot more to allow better room for obviously the cranes to get into, lower things into the hull. It's got about 3 main sails, as well as obviously your front sort of sails and a couple of back sails. There's no flags, and from this distance you couldn't say if there's a ship name or not.
Is it a familiar ship, or is it like, whoa?
Again, a lot of the ships, because Siadarin as a whole has sort of adopted the same shipbuilding principles, there are slight differences between Siadarin ships and Diadis ships, but for the most part, it just looks like a pretty standard cargo vessel.
Alright, I look over to it. I take all that information in with my quick glance, and I look down at my feet, which are bare as I'm holding my sandals, and I sigh, put them on. And then I guess I redirect myself to head towards the Fisherman Daughters Tavern.
Okay.
Because I would assume if there's a ship's approach that workers will probably be needed, and I may as well put my hand up to volunteer for some coin. And I trudge over to the tavern.
Alright. Heading over to the tavern. We'll continue on with this. So heading over to the tavern, you walk in, you see the Fletchers running around doing their usual sort of stuff. You do see Sophia Fletcher out the back. She's sort of got an apron on. She's got a little bit of flour on her. She's obviously starting to get the breakfast all sorts of ready.
Oscar's eyes go from sleepy to wide awake.
But yeah, Sophia's usually up very early in the morning. She's almost taken on, although her mother is next in line to take the ownership from her grandmother, who I have the names from somewhere. Yeah, she's started taking up pretty much a very maternal role, like all her mothers have, like her mother and her mother have done before. She sort of sees you walk in, she gives you a smile and a bit of a wave before getting back into sort of kneading her dough.
I try to be as cool as possible, but because my sandals are like half on, it's like one of those awkward you know, hey, how you doing? And you're like grabbing your foot and trying to put it on properly.
Yeah. In the tavern, you see not a lot of other people. A couple of the lunar elves are already in. They're sitting at a table by themselves, as well as one of the hillmen from the night before, a goblin.
So, just at a glance, for the sake of our audience, what are these lunar elves?
So one of the lunar elves is male, the other is female. Again, very, very light-skinned compared to this part of the empire. Usually, people are quite, at the very least in this area, very tanned. At the very least, thinking Middle Eastern or almost like Indian in coloration. Their hair is quite straight. Both of their hair is black, very pitch black. And again, you can sort of see how they get their name from, as their skin's very pale, hair's very black, much like the moon, lunar in the sky. They're wearing very light garb. They don't look like they're dressed for the weather, considering it is a little bit chilly outside. It's very flowy, and it reminds you of sort of swaying leaves in the spring air. They don't typically wear shoes, but they do hold a lot of jewelry, silver bracelets, earrings, chains sort of going from their nose to their ear. Other than that, very pretty, both of them, very pretty, very slender, but not, you wouldn't call the man handsome. He's definitely not rugged in any way. The goblin on the other end of the table, or on the other end of the room, is obviously from the hillmen from Dragontooth, wearing very sturdy leather, gloves. Looks very rough, not dirty, but like they've been scraping against stuff for a long. The clothes are worn and been heavily mended over time. The goblin is quite short, probably about 3.5, 4 foot, but looks old, has long grey hair, but like no wrinkles on their face. Probably middle-aged for a goblin. He's just nursing a drink.
Taking all of that in, Oscar makes a mental note of has to get himself one of those garbs that the elves are wearing. Looks very, very comfortable. Walks over to the bar. I assume Anissa is in.
Yep. Actually, it won't be.
Oh, it's not.
It will be the father, Zach. So,
Your dad-in-law.
You do see Zach. He's sort of not exactly pouring drinks or anything, but he's polishing a few mugs, wiping the table, making sure everything's relatively clean. The bar. Zach's quite an imposing figure. He is probably about 6 foot tall and very muscular. He married into the family, so he used to be a sailor. He's got a few tattoos, a few scars, but a very, very big, burly man. But very, very, very welcoming to people who knows he sees you. Oscar, how are you, my boy?
Yeah, not too bad, Zach. A little tired. Hey, there's a ship coming.
Yeah, no, I can hear the bells, but I don't know where they're gonna go. Both of our docks are full.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Did you want me to stick around in case you need a hand?
Yeah, no, we're probably gonna need it, especially if we got some hungry sailors. Probably need some entertainment, at the very least.
All right, I'll go back and get my flute.
Yeah.
I don't have a flute.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, someone should be sailing out to them. Well, not sailing, rowing out to them soon to tell them that we don't have the space. I think the impatient emu is heading out today. Sorry, impatient? Impolite. The impolite emu.
The impolite emu is impatient.
The impolite emu.
Cool names.
The impolite emu is, I think, heading out today. So maybe later this afternoon they should be able to dock.
Cool. I'll go grab my musical instruments. Might make a quick buck. I'm gonna duck off and do that.
Sweet. All right, we'll go to you two. So you heading outside, bells have sort of just been ringing. Again, if you want to look over, you would see much the same. However, because you're not really attentive to those sorts of things anyway, you've probably just seen a ship in the distance.
I have no interest in
It's
right
not
in front of me, really.
Yeah, it's not too important to you. It's not mechanical. It doesn't require tools. It doesn't really bother you.
Yeah, not my problem.
So heading home, you walk into into your house. Oh, sorry, it would be your shop. Shop is empty. Parents aren't there.
Standard.
Forge is quiet. Nothing really going on. What would you like to do?
Just pretty much, it's now muscle memory. Relight the forge, put some timbers in it, get the bellows moving, get the heat going back into the forge, dump the coals on it. Just standard while I'm potting around my house, changing from my last night's clothes into the same identical clothes, but that are cleaner today, and don my apron. Same thing, potting back and forth, have a drink, have a snack, whatever I've kept in there, half-eaten meals, I suppose. Yeah, the forge, I would assume at this point, is now lit, and at least to the point where my old man Septimus can come in and tend to the fires and get to work straight away.
And not be furious.
Yeah, and not be smacking. And that's essentially my morning routine.
Cool.
As soon as the bells are rung.
Yep.
Nothing too flash.
Zyor, you will be probably walking back. You're probably not too far out of town. You can see the main houses and that sort of stuff in the distance. Probably about another 500-600 meters away from you.
Sweet.
I am meant to be using feet. What's that? 1,500 feet, roughly. I think I just times it by 3 and it's close enough.
What the hell is a kilometer?
That's what Google says.
So at this point, you probably will be able to hear the town bell going off. You obviously are sort of underneath the horizon, so you wouldn't be able to see anything, but you can hear, which, again, up to you whether or not you find that odd or not.
Man, I don't really have any need to go onto the ships and stuff, so I assume I'll probably just hit up the tavern or something. No, just something to do. See if they need a hand.
Yep. And Endo, is there anything you'd like to do? Ezra's still asleep.
Yeah, no, I'll leave her at my place. So I've just packed up a bit of the place, cleaned up.
Bucket of water.
Yeah.
So pretty much cleaned up the place. I'll leave her to sleep at mine for a bit, and then I'll probably meet her at the tavern later. But for now, I'm gonna grab my bag and just get all my cooking utensils, and I'm gonna actually, slowly head towards the fisherman daughter.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna see if they need a hand with just doing a bit of cooking.
What intervals is the bell being rung? Is it like you do X amount of rings, or 6 rings means this, 5 means
question.
this, or is it?
Again, because there's sort of nothing else that the bell is rung for, it probably is rung in like intervals of like 10. So like ding, 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 up to 10, and then sort of like a bit of a break, probably a minute, couple of minutes, and then rung again.
Just enough to let people know, like, I haven't woken you yet. I'm gonna do it again.
Yep.
I'll do it maybe 2 more times, and then kind of thing.
And it could sometimes also be useful to tell the ship that they are aware that they are arriving as well.
It's like an alarm that you hit snooze on all the time and it keeps coming back.
Yeah, exactly. But this time you can't turn it off unless you kill someone.
Actually, what will happen is, as I step outside the door to go to the fisherman daughter, I look into my bag and I realize that I still have some food left over, and I know how much Grace and Jason and Mason enjoy the leftover foods that I have for them.
Okay.
I'm just going to head to the docks and just deliver that quickly, and then I'll head over to the fisherman to see how it all turns out. So just like head to the docks. If things, I guess, like, as the ship's coming close, I'll ask a few questions as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm happy to just give the food and just head straight to the fisherman's.
I mean, if you want to go visit the Shipwright Brothers, that's fine. I mean, from where you are, it's probably about a 300-meter walk. It's not too far.
Yeah,
but,
not too far. Yeah.
You do have to sort of walk past the docks and south to get to them, which you can.
Yeah.
Want to? All good.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Yep.
You might come across me on the way.
Yeah.
So, heading outside.
Yeah, I've done my
Yeah.
morning shit. I'm
You're
ready.
sort of at this point. You're getting up to about not exactly into Traders Cove Main, but you're probably sort of going up on a bit of a rise where you can now see over the cove. You can't see the docks, but you can sort of see out into the ocean. You do now see the ship incoming. A little bit closer now. It's probably about
You're trying not to smile.
Yeah, I know. I can see it. Just waiting for a fucking cannon to go off.
No. You know, gunpowder's not available in this universe yet.
So I'm gonna roll
Gunpowder?
perception on that ship because you said that we can't see a name yet.
Okay.
12.
12.
12.
With a 12, and now that the ship's a little bit closer, and now that the sun's sort of rising up, it's not just peaked over, but it's and again because it's so cloudy, it's hard to say if it is over the horizon yet, but it's pretty close. It's starting to get pretty light. Sort of that grey monocolored look of dawn.
Oh, how good.
You know, so it's hard to make out details, but you don't have any special vision or anything as being a Leonin. No.
I have dark vision.
Is that
60 feet.
Do you actually have dark vision?
I have dark vision.
Oh, right.
I didn't
Well,
I didn't know.
I didn't know
There's
that.
only got one person with dark vision.
I'm a tiefling. I have dark vision.
Oh, I
Oh.
didn't think Tieflings got dark vision. Oh,
It's
right.
like more common than not having dark vision.
Oh, right. Okay.
I mean,
Anyway, so we got half the party with dark vision, but that's all right.
I'm a cat, mind you.
Yeah.
We know.
But I'm pretty sure cats in the monster manual don't have dark
No,
they
no,
don't.
they don't. We figured that out.
It's so weird that they don't.
Anyway, with the 12, and obviously even though your dark vision only lasts 60 feet, obviously in that sort of grey area of dawn, you would be able to start making out some features of the ship. You can see a few people running around on board. You can see all the sails, which have been starting to sort of be furled. No, furled? No,
Yeah.
unfurled is,
Furled, yeah,
furled.
yeah.
They're starting to be furled, starting to be brought up.
You can tell we're
Just
safe.
say raising.
Yeah,
We-
Just
we
say
don't
raising
know.
the sails.
raising the sails is
So they
yeah.
have
Raising
intentions to dock,
Raise the sail.
or at least intentions to not move in.
No, but like what's the other term too?
they are still moving, and they're
pull
only
sails?
being raised to about half.
Raise, drop.
So they're still catching the wind, still moving forward, but again, they're probably still about from the dock. They're still probably about another 200 meters.
Yeah, I know. In
Close
regards to
big
ship.
You can't see. You'd only be able to see the left-hand side of the ship. Well, not really. From where you are, yeah, like the left-hand side. Mainly the front, obviously, as it's coming into dock.
Is that port or starboard?
Forward.
Yeah. Paul, don't kill me. And where you would normally see the name of the ship,
Of course.
you don't see anything.
It's scratched out.
It's not scratched out. There's just paint.
It's censored.
It's just paint.
It's censored.
Well, like obviously the whole hull is.
Ah.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. The whole hull is painted. It's painted a grayish blue.
I was picturing a red ship until you said grey. I was like,
Damn.
No, grayish.
The sails look
The how imagination works.
Yeah, exactly. You don't describe something. until it's
What
not-
colour are the sails?
The sails are white.
Okay.
Standard white sail. Not exactly like white. It's sort of like that sun-bleached, creamy.
And-
Money to paint the ship, but not enough to get nice sails. Got it. I see where we're sitting.
I mean, you know,
Well, from what you've seen from most cargo ships, they all look very similar. None of them are exactly fancy. You don't really have a express postage when it comes to cargo ships.
Australian
Post.
Post does not exist.
Is it like a colorbond grey?
Colorbond grey. It is very similar. A little bit darker. A little bit darker.
Fair enough.
so no flag.
No flag still. No flag. Usually the flag's obviously.
That's hostile.
That's hostile.
Usually there's a flag at the back of the ship as well as at the very top of the mast where the crow's nest is.
Is there anyone in the crow's nest?
Yes, there is. There is someone in the crow's nest.
How many feet?
They had 2 feet.
No.
You've been waiting for that. You've been waiting
How many
for that.
feet away?
From you,
Yeah.
They said like 200 meters.
It was
well,
like
you're
50
you're about 200 meters from the dock, and then it's about 200 meters there, so 1,200 feet. It's a centipede.
I could make that.
I can make that.
You can make it. So, would you like to do anything else, or you just head into the?
Man, yeah, I'll just head down to the Tavon. No, stop smiling, you piece of shit.
Beware the smiling deer.
We are spending a lot of time on the ships. I need to know, is it common to not have flags, common to not have a name?
You would definitely know that it's not common
Okay.
to either sail a flag. Usually there's at least the flag of Siadarin on there. So the flag of Siadarin is usually at the mast, and then the flag of whichever country of origin, either Sierra or Diadis, is flown at the back.
Copy.
And that's common.
That is common.
Does it look like it's been...
Very uncommonly, they'll just have, instead of the country flag, they'll also have a company flag. So the company flag is usually set up just whatever organisation they're from, if
Star
they don't
Trek.
represent or aren't part of a particular country. You've never seen any official military ships other than the taxman that usually comes, and they usually fly all three flags.
Oh, did you bet that we're gonna fly? I was like, oh, it must be nice.
They're on their ships.
So we're all heading towards at the tavern, I assume.
I'm getting my...
The Star of David.
The Star of Death.
Just message say the feet joke was a good one.
I'm glad you appreciate it, David, because we hate it.
You said the Star of David?
Star of David. Oh, I think that must be Adam.
Oh, right.
Does it look like it's been into any conflict with bandits? Any conflict? Just does it look worn out for a reason for it to not have a flag?
It looks aged. It doesn't look like it's particularly beaten, but it does look aged. It looks like probably a 30 to 40-year-old ship. It's been relatively maintained well, but
It's old.
it's old. It's an old.
That's probably the extent of Matthias's questions. Like, why is there no flag? What happened to it? Yeah, I'm over it now.
No, I'm gonna change. I'm going down to the docks.
Showing down the docks.
Wait, no, it can't. It can't come in. No, I'll go to the tavern. No, it's fine.
Tavern it is.
It'll wait. Yeah.
So,
Smile, bitch.
as you head down to the shipwright's cabin, you can see one of the shipwright triplets outside sitting down on an upturned raft, having a pipe, having a bit of a smoke. You can hear a little bit of rummaging around. There's some lights coming in from the cabin, the workshop. Other than that, you don't see much else.
I'll just wave to him like, "Hey, Grayson," and then like if he doesn't turn around, "Mason," and if he doesn't turn around, I go, "Jason."
Roll a d20.
Got a 15.
15. You got it right the first time.
So I guess like when the first name I call out, he turns around. I'm like, Grayson, I brought treats if you want them. I got leftovers from last night.
Do I look like a wombat to you?
I mean, like, if you want them.
I mean, of course, I'm not a child. Bring them over here. You didn't have to say it like that.
I head down there and like obviously I start pulling them out, and it's like some nice, like, really good some wombat jerky that we just had for 3 days.
Really nice.
It's really nice.
It's
I
nice
made
whatever
it.
it is.
It's awesome, nice and tender, and it's just chewy as hell.
He trades you over the pipe, and he lets you hold the pipe. You can smoke it if you don't, or not.
Grayson, we talked about this. The crap that you put in this, I don't know what it is, but it gave me the biggest headache. So I'll hold it. But yeah, here, have some food. Where are your brothers?
Oh, they're inside, just getting ready for the ship to come. Hey, it's getting pretty close, don't you think? It's not going to be able to dock.
Yeah. Is it slowing down by chance?
It is slowing down,
Okay.
Thank God.
That's a good question.
but it's
That's a
about
good question.
150 meters out now.
Okay. I like look at Grayson. Have you seen a ship that big before ever dock? Because usually there's a bit of a limit when it comes to ships like that docking.
I mean,
in
usually we only
Tradesco.
have two, but I mean, we've had ships a little bit bigger. A few years ago now, if I remember correctly. They're not often, but
Tell me about that ship a few years ago. Like, I'm just kind of curious because, yeah, cargo of that hull must have a lot of things that we haven't probably seen.
well, I mean, usually they don't pick up too much because they usually fill up over in Theodis or at Grenford. But
Okay.
yeah,
Well, listen, Grayson, I obviously don't eat them all, the food. Give it to your brothers. Just let me know if there's any trouble, if you ever need anything. I'll be just heading to the tavern to meet up with, what was that, you?
No.
Okay, I was
That's just me telling
I
myself.
was like the DM.
Sorry.
Grayson going greeting like a child.
Yes,
literally older
Grayson.
than me.
No, I'll be heading to the tavern. Obviously, probably come down there if you want a bit more of a bite. This is just a bit of like breakfast, early breakfast for you and the brothers. Also, has Oscar come by any chance? Because I believe he was coming to the docks to see you last night, or he just kind of didn't really want to come. So
Sort of gives you the side eye and says, "Have you not seen him this morning?"
no, I was sleeping with Matthias and no.
Hey, whatever you want, it's what you get. Good for you, Ender. Good for you.
I'm not gonna really argue, but again, so yes, no, I haven't seen him, but have you seen him?
He was here this morning. Yes, we saw him last night. He crashed here the night.
Okay.
And he headed off. Oh, not too long ago, actually.
Okay, no worries. Well, that's all good. Well, I'll see where I can find him. And then, yeah, hopefully the ship.
You do notice something a little bit unusual that you normally don't see with the shipwrights.
Okay.
Grayson actually is wearing a hood, a brown hood cloak with looks like a couple of pockets stitched into it.
Pockets stitched onto.
Yeah.
The chilly morning.
You don't often see the shipwrights wearing
Chilly
much
morning.
more than sort of the bare necessities because they're usually in and out of the water. Also being sort of a bit more cold-blooded. They don't really mind. Well, I mean, cold-blooded creatures do mind the cold, but they don't usually mind the cold. They're sort of in and out. They don't really wear a lot of clothes.
Grayson, also, mind if I ask you, where did you get that coat and why are you wearing it?
Absolutely none.
Is that new shop on 5th?
Okay. It's just I haven't seen you wear anything really with compact, like, stuff.
Don't worry about it.
Can I roll a perception check just to look beyond him, or like at the specific of the? You said he was flipping a.
No. He was sitting on an upturned.
Oh, upturn. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to look beyond him to see if there's something behind him.
You roll a perception check.
Just really into cosplay.
That would be if I get my perception. Oh,
Me too.
shut up.
Trying to get over the fact that you said share it with your brothers. It's not how brothers.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I'm trying to be. I don't have brothers, so.
Yeah, no way.
15.
15. With a 15, he's nothing behind him. You see a little bit of firewood. Other than that, through the window, you can see shadows moving. It wouldn't be shadows because there's no glass in the window.
Silhouette.
You see the light, and you can see his other brothers walking around.
Okay, so they're inside the place.
They are inside. You can
Okay.
you can see what you think is two of them, but it could just be the same one moving backwards and forwards.
What the fuck?
Love
Oh, hey.
That's actually that's not even suspicious. As I witnessed that, does it actually look suspicious to me? It just looks like it's
No, it doesn't look suspicious. Like, it's not like he's just sitting there going,
no, but like you made it sound like that.
no, he's just, walking around. You can hear clattering of tools. You can hear a little bit of talking, but again, everyone's sound.
Okay, like I'm interested with the clattering of tools, and obviously I don't really see the Grayson, Mason, and Jason brothers like this fixated on in a morning. Specifically a morning, they're usually chilling on the beach. They're never really usually doing anything in the morning. So I would just like to approach the cabin and just see what's happening inside. Just like, just have a little check-in on them.
Having a look in, you can see both the brothers. Again, they're not doing anything spectacular. One of them's carving some wood for what could be an oar. You can see one of them sort of nailing a couple of boards together. Nothing crazy, nothing fantastic. Just sort of usual stuff.
Ender.
Yeah. No, I'm just.
How dare they do their job?
How do they do anything? What do the shipwright brothers think they're doing? Writing ships.
Wearing clothes.
I just peek in. I'm like, hey, Mason, Jason, I dropped off some food. I left it for Grayson if that's all good for you guys.
They sort of look real, and then Grayson sort of looks up at you with like this. Shut up! Very quickly, Mason and Jason run outside and start tackling their brother for some. You're still holding the pipe, by the way.
Okay. I'll leave it just on the bench
That'll
in
start a fight.
no, shut up, you, in a nice,
In a not suspicious.
not suspicious way. Yeah,
Sounds suspicious.
too suspicious. But yeah, no, I'll leave it in there, obviously upright, so it's not going to cause a fire. And then I'll just call out, left your thing, yeah, Grayson. It's just in here, and then I just slowly start heading to the tavern.
All of a sudden,
Of course.
Fuck's
Knew it.
sake!
all of a sudden, the three brothers stop fighting. They look over towards the docks, and the ship is now about 20 meters away. So if you imagine the docks,
Jesus.
again, they've got stone bases, and then coming up is the wooden pier on either side.
Yep.
You then have a ship on this side, which was the Impolite Emu, and then you have a ship on this side, which is the Nostos's Wind.
Okay.
The ship coming into the bay is coming straight in the middle, where ships usually don't go, but it's going straight into the middle.
Instantly do a perception check to see who's on board, like to see on the very edge of to see if anyone's like looking over. Are they like? Do they look like they're running around like as if they're causing
Roll
trouble?
a perception check.
Where's the sea patrol?
Where's the Sea Patrol?
Coast Guard, where are you?
coppers.
Yeah. All the wallopers, mate.
4.
So with a 4,
Shit roll.
you're sort of too excited on the fact that, again, you've never really seen a
Seen 'em go
shipwreck
through.
before. You've never seen any accidents happen. I mean, you've seen the odd crane dropping something on someone's foot, but nothing major.
Okay.
Foot. That's
On a foot.
lucky outcome.
Yeah, steel cap boots, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Still
Matthias's first brain.
I just kind of just stand there watching, just kind of like disbelief that is going in the middle, and just seeing where this and like how this ends out. I guess.
And again, the sails at this point have been completely
Completely
raised,
raised, yeah.
but it's just traveling forward on straight momentum.
Oh, no.
It's not traveling like super fast, but being a big vessel, it's probably going to have a big impact.
Yep.
As we look, you're probably just about to the Fisherman's Daughter now. You are now seeing this as well. You're probably on the way back,
Yeah, I
or
would
if you want
say-
to do anything else while you're out.
Got my loot.
Yep.
I'm just like tuning it as I'm walking, and I'd spot Zio.
Zyle.
Zyle.
Got it right the
You're
second
gonna
time.
Zai and then Or.
It's the way. I see Junior, and I strum over. And I go, fuck, that thing's getting close, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, bro. It ain't slowing down.
Isn't it a fit?
That's what she said. Not actually.
What, your sister?
Oh, we got
Oh.
it. Came out.
That's some
Finally
psychic
here.
damage.
No, your mother.
I like reach up and give him a noogie.
Reach up.
Reach that next extra like 3 foot.
Nah, he's not that much bigger. He's got what? What are you, 6'8"?
6'9".
6'9"? You got 10 inches on me.
Does he?
Yeah, I fucking
Hold that
do.
for a second.
Ask your mother about the 10 inches.
Looks like a baby's arm.
The
holding an apple.
disrespect in
Holding
the
an
morning.
Moving on.
What are you up to right now?
No.
Are you still at the shop? Or
No,
you-
so the general idea was to meet at the Fisherman's Daughter. That's what we do.
Okay.
Instinctively meet at the Fisherman's Daughter.
So we'll say that you're probably just about there. You're looking over from. So I'll say that you're at the Fisherman's Daughter. You're sort of at the. And again, the Fisherman's Daughter is probably about 50 or 150 feet away from like the main dock area.
I wouldn't notice the ship.
You would definitely notice,
Yeah.
even in your tired state.
My concerns would be not of the ship crashing or the safety of the ship, but how expensive and time consuming fixing this stuff is going to be.
No, that is a fair point. That is a fair point.
That's what's going through my head and going,
Yeah.
fuck.
You'd also
right,
probably be
bros.
worried really quite a bit about the cranes that you've spent
Ooh,
so
yes.
much time trying to.
Crane version 2.0.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
The anti-drop technology. I'm worried about the repairs that the Shipwright brothers are going to have to call upon me.
Yeah.
And it's going to take me away from my projects. And I'm just like stressing about that.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. So as you are all now in some place or another, now watching, the ship goes from, what was that, 60 feet to 40 feet. No slowing down. 10 feet.
No anchors are dropping.
He said there were
anchors
people
dropping.
running on the ship.
Where you two are, roll a perception check.
Alrighty.
Infect.
Well, you did. You did say it to me when I rolled it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'll do it again.
Oh, you want
15.
Cheers, man.
I got a 21.
21, all right. So what you both see is no longer anybody running around. There's now a lot of people sort of at the sides of the ship, and they're all sort
they're
of holding
bracing.
on, bracing for impact.
Worst fucking captain ever.
What you can see, since you got a 21, what you can see is obviously where the helmsman with the big wheel. Somebody's going to shoot me for my terminology.
Where the steering wheel is.
The big wheel.
So where the helmsman is and where the captain usually stands to the side of to obviously captain the vessel, you can see what looks to be a relatively regular, and from this distance, yeah, the light's coming up. Okay, from this distance you can see, you can't make out facial features, you can't make out any details, for instance. You can see sort of a man sort of standing there like this. He's got one hand on a railing, ready for impact. He doesn't look too
He's
too
crashed
braced.
before.
Fuck yeah.
he is ready. You can see he looks to be wearing relatively usual clothes that you'd see people wearing on board a ship. You can see he's wearing a very broad-brimmed hat, but you can't see any details. On the other side of the helmsman, you can see a man.
Yeah, you've said
person.
it. You said it.
You can see a person who is standing there looking like he's holding some sort of staff, maybe. Again, from this distance, you probably can't make out the details, but you can see the sharp, jagged edges of what looks to be armor. Other than that, you can't see any other details.
I stop giving the noogie to Ziowa, and I go, they're gonna fucking crash.
Yep.
Just as you say that, you hear as the ship forces its way into this dock. You can hear this unnatural creaking and breaking and splintering of the dock boards as the ship wedges its way in, pushing the other ships out. It's wide enough that it's sort of crushing the walkway and the pier on either side, as well as pushing out the other ships. It doesn't look like it's particularly damaging the other ships, but it is sort of forcing them apart.
That was overtly sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear Matthias crying like, oh, the repairs.
So in the famous
But it is
words,
super loud.
in the famous words of Hermione Granger,
No.
what an idiot.
I'm going to run down there
You gonna run down there?
and get on
I guess
As
like,
am I.
yeah, I feel like the
Customs
Mason,
and
Grace,
Border
Jason
Patrol.
triplets are going to also be running down there to just help out.
Yep.
Yeah,
I would imagine that they would too.
Yeah.
Again, you wouldn't see this. You've never seen anything like this before. So everyone's sort of hands on deck. Everyone's very helpful.
Yep.
Like usual, whenever a ship usually comes into dock anyway.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same. Just go there to just help out where I can. So I'll just follow the brothers as well.
Okay.
I want to keep an eye out for the ship's captains of the Nostos' Wind and the Impolite Emu, solely because I get the impression they're going to be pissed and it's going to be entertaining.
Okay. Matthias, since you're down there and you'll be the first one to see all this, as you see the ship crashing into the dock, you, what's your immediate thought?
Disgust. I'm like, okay, immediate thought, shit, this thing's gonna crash. Fuck, now I'm gonna have to fix all this stuff. Holy shit, that I can't finish anything. And then, bang, crash, everything happens. Boats get pushed away, dock is shredded. I drop to my knees and I'm like, I don't have the tools for this.
Community.
Just
Shredded dock, fan art.
straight up.
Shredded dock.
It's a range of emotions. I'm sad. Now I'm angry. Now I'm fucking furious at this captain. And I'm just going to storm down there. And I'm going to attempt, in my mind, to try and get to the boat and give the captain a fucking mouthful of... It's not even my dock. I just know that I'm going to be involved fixing this.
Bro, you're going to get a bag if they like, hi. Like,
Yeah.
fixing-
So I'm pissed. You know, this scrawny motherfucker's just going to go up and give a mouthful to...
Holding all your tools.
Fucking oath I do.
With your mini trebuchet, it's just...
Oh, yeah, I'm pulling out the...
listen
treasure.
here, bucko.
Okay, so as you start moving over, there's, again, not everybody is up in Trader's Cove. The bell is now silent. There's still
Bell's gone.
There's
Ship's
still
not
the
coming.
creaking of wood and debris. The ship has stopped moving. It's
Has it
no
at least
lo-
dropped its anchors?
not that you can hear. It's usually not that you can hear. The ship has stopped for now. It's sort of in place, and it's now being sort of hugged on either side by the other two ships. You can't hear any... as you get up closer, again, not everyone's awake in Trader's Cove yet, and not everyone has come. Again, you're pretty much the first person there with about 15 other people. And as soon as the ship stops moving, very quickly, about 10 people jump off either side onto the ships below, which they quickly start spreading out. More people fan out over top of that, another probably 10 people either side, and then they drop onto what's left of the docks below, and they start running towards the group.
Oh,
And that's where we will stop for our break. So we'll stop for
damn.
we'll stop for a quick 10-minute break.
I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting for you to say, and one of them throws the anchor off.
No anchor for you. So we'll have a quick 10-minute break. We'll have a quick bathroom break, quick refresh, and then we'll be back for the second half of the episode.
I want it now. I want it now.
I want it all.
We'll check us out on mute, and we'll be back in a sec. Now, video's Hello and let's
Wait.
let's get some music up on here.
Lol.
Are we playing in silence? Is this the?
This is the silence game starting now.
Oh no, I clicked the wrong thing.
You ruined it.
Now we're gonna hear unskippable ads.
Oh god, that was, I remember that video.
All right, so we are back, and just a quick recap, and I'll just make sure that everything's working.
Recap? We're being raided. What is there to recap?
So just a quick recap.
Pause.
Matthias, you're at the docks now. There's probably about 15 of you. Everyone's sort of like, doing the usual,
Nah, Matthias is
the usual meerkat looking over.
stomping forward. I'm gonna tell someone off.
Yeah, you see probably 10 figures on either side running up the leftover, what's left of the docks. They're running into the main sort of dock area where you guys are all standing at the moment. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Ignore them. We can do that.
I suppose you can. You are correct.
So Zaya and I were heading towards the dock.
Yep.
We can see the runners.
From where you are, you're probably just getting to the Fisherman's Daughter. From the Fisherman's
Oh,
Daughter.
we were out front of the fisherman's daughter.
No, Matthias was. You guys were walking down there.
We were. Matthias was at the dock.
No, he was at the Fisherman's Daughter when he saw the crash. He then went to the dock. You
Oh,
guys,
he would have seen us.
You guys were a little bit up further back. You were walking down to the Fisherman's Daughter where you saw Zior, and now you'd probably be at the Fisherman's Daughter.
I would
you
like to pick
would actually not be too far behind them,
Yeah, I
as you
feel
would have been running with the Shipwright brothers.
Yep.
So you would be able to see Zior and Oscar up on. I had a quick mind blank. You'd see Zior and Oscar up on the sort of the platform out the front of the Fisherman's Daughter.
So I can see the runners.
Yeah, so from where I was getting at that, you can, from where you are, see the dock, and you can see the runners
Do they
moving up.
panicked?
Roll a perception check.
They look horny.
That is a 22.
I was
With
going to
a
help
22,
you.
you are very well on your
18 and a
perception.
19. Oscar woke up and chose sight.
They don't look panicked. They all look like they're looking forward. You can see the lights probably light again. It's still overcast and a little bit of a sprinkle, but it is light enough to be able to make out details now. You can see swords in hand. You can see a lot of them wielding. You can see a lot of them are wielding sort of classic scimitar type sabers. You can see the majority of them wearing bandanas, rough clothes, bandoliers, regular sort of,
Naughty boy clothing.
not exactly naughty, but because you do see the sort of garb on regular ships. Obviously, some of the higher class ships, more fancier ships, have like more uniform standards. But on the majority of sort of low class cargo vessels, it's pretty normal.
I immediately grab Zio by the arm and I say, "Okay, this looks really bad. Go back to the tavern. Get as many people as you can. This looks bad. I'm gonna go find my parents." And
Whoa. You go back to the tavern. I'm going now.
I'm already running.
Bro,
my
I'm,
parents.
I'm not getting more people. I'm going to these. I'm going to like go for the closest runner I can see.
Okay.
Fuck, bro. That's a
So
scrap.
you running up, you can see Oscar starting to move back up the hill. You can see Zior start to move towards the docks. The shipwrights next to you, they sort of see what's going on. What would you like to do?
I'd like to.
You can definitely see runners, but if you want to see any more, you'll have to roll a check.
So obviously, the weapons, so they're in hand, as if
Unsheathed in hand.
unsheathed in hand. Okay. And where are they running to? Like, obviously, they're looking directly at something.
Currently, it looks like they're just moving towards what you can see as a small group of locals.
And is Zior near the
Zior's running up that way.
Oh, sorry, Zior. Sorry.
And Matthias
Should be.
Yeah, I know.
You wouldn't be able to, unless you want to roll a percentage check, you don't know Matthias.
Okay, I want to have a look around to see if there's anyone in that general direction where they're running, besides just the civilians that I can see up ahead.
Any important character?
Any important characters
Roll a
as well.
perception check.
Alright. Natural
Wow.
20.
So, over the throng of all the mess and the clutter and that sort of stuff of the usual docks, you can see Matthias sort of standing, not exactly at the front, but sort of a few people back. You can see Zior obviously moving up. Important people.
Me.
Have a look. Regardless of the important people that you may mention now, I wish to quickly run to Matthias, grab him, and just kind of pull him back away from the crowd just to see what actually happens.
But who are you grabbing?
Matthias, like I'll
No,
run.
you're way too far.
I'm way too far. Okay, I'll go to.
You're sort of coming from the south. The runners are coming from the east where the docks are, and Matthias and the other group of people are sort of to the west of that.
Okay, I'll go straight to Zyle. So
Okay.
I'll go straight to Zyle, and I'll just want to just be like, hey man, just hold it there for a second. Something doesn't feel right, and I just want to see
Wait a minute.
what happens in the next few seconds with those people with the unsheathed swords.
Okay.
So
Rushing forward.
the closest runner, how close are they
From
to me?
you?
To me.
Probably another 30 meters.
Because like I want to pull us back away from him.
90.
90 to 100.
Oh, I was like,
About 90 to 100 feet.
it's like 90, 100. Yeah, I'm
They're a
gonna.
lot closer to me, I'm assuming.
Yeah, right now, like we're sort of almost freeze framed where you are. They're probably about 20 feet away from you.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw my bow on that guy. And be like, stop,
What?
halt.
Okay.
Would I
Wait,
want to
what-
intent my
What?
intention?
Are they approaching us?
They're running.
They're
Yeah.
running.
Yeah, they're running out of here. Yeah, but I'm just saying, are they near?
No.
Okay.
They're 90
And
to
I
100.
would say that you probably would have your bow on you. Yeah, on the travel, yeah.
So,
I'll like kind of like stop him, like be like, hey, what do you?
yeah, just
No, like obviously
Sword.
I'll try to like kind of resist him just to like obviously don't be a threat now until we know what's going on.
brother, they are running full pelt with sword in hands.
Yes, but
If they do not stop, I'm fucked.
okay.
So anyway, I start a blast.
If things happen, I won't stop you. And in that instance, yeah, I'll just keep a hold of like the bow until I know something bad's gonna happen.
Bro, I
don't want to. I don't want to have you being as a criminal, a killer, man.
So, I got like bow half drawn,
Yeah, half drawn. Yeah, I'll
aiming at
accept
this
it.
guy. I'm telling him to stop. Does white boy stop? I mean, I assume he's white and a man. Does the guy stop? Does the person?
The person. Wait, who you?
The closest guy running with a sword.
He's not even paying attention to you.
Can I yell even louder?
Still not paying attention.
You know what? Daunting roll. Well, no, actually, he's not within 10 feet. Let's be honest.
Tried your best.
I'll run at him. Fuck it.
All right.
I'm running at him.
I
And
am.
with bow drawn,
No, I'll put it back because we're about to get hand to hand. I'll pull out
your kitty claws.
my claws. Yeah, I forgot. I don't have a dagger. Yep, my claws.
Kitty claws.
Claws
Oh,
out.
you'd have a knife on you.
Yeah, but
Dude comes into town with a fucking bow and a knife. Like, hey, I'm just here to see the boys.
bro, I'm Chuck fucking Norris.
Did you see what was on the way to his place? That was a fucking giant castle.
Facts, bro. I ain't playing no games.
All right, so let's go back to you, Matthias.
Oh no.
My intentions
Yes.
are to...
With my daughter?
Yes. They're very strong intentions.
Listen here, sir.
Not if it's
My intentions are to tell off... No, that's you. Tell off the captain. I've got
You can't see the captain.
tunnel vision. I can't see him, but my intentions are that
Oh, okay,
someone's
right.
got to be driving the ship. I'm going to tell them.
Yep.
Tunnel vision on that. That's my job. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I guess I would notice the people coming towards me. I'm hiding in plain sight. So their intentions are to do fuck knows what. I'm not drawing eye contact. I'm looking where I'm going, avoiding eye contact unintentionally, but that's my directive. If I can get past them without interaction, that's my goal, to tell the captain off. Does that happen?
I mean, you've got the intention there. You obviously the tunnel vision. You can't. I mean, you're not. You can see these people running towards you. Maybe in your mind you're thinking they've just had a crash. They're just running. You're not really paying too much attention to all the minute details. While you've got that idea in your head, you do notice a figure to your sort of front right, Nazim Michelson, the owner and runner of the Sleeping Sailor.
Okay, so I know this guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Not everyone.
Yeah, so I thought it was like Nazim. He's just come off the ship.
Nah, Nazim's a bit of an older dragonborn. He's got, pretty sure, bright red scales.
Oh, red.
What does he own again?
The Sleeping Sailor.
So, yeah, he runs the Sleeping Sailor Inn. He has bright green scales that are slowly becoming dark with age. He wears glasses and moves around very carefully. He's a bit of an old man.
Okay.
He doesn't usually look at people in the eyes, but he is quite tall. He's 6'5", but he's usually come back here. He's usually.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but when you said they don't look at eyes, is he the type to stare at someone's chest while he's talking?
Yes. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, he sort of like looks down like that. He doesn't really make eye contact. Or if he does sort of make his eyes up, he'll sort of like look at your forehead instead. And like it looks like they're looking at you, but like you know that it's just not. Yeah. Anyway, he's sort of an older man, but he sort of walks up to the oncoming crowd and sort of says, "Are you all right?" And then with that, the scimitar slashes up. You see the cut across the chest, blood starting to fly into your direction. Roll a charisma saving throw.
You're dead. Okay.
No hesitation.
12.
Oh, please.
Wait.
Daniel, for the
You don't
love
have
of
12.
God.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's usually DC 13.
I guess in, like, our reaction,
Okay.
immediately get Matthias out of there.
With a 12, every thought in your head's basically just gone out the window. You've just seen.
Makes sense.
You've just seen this, and you've never seen something quite so violent.
This would be my first murder.
Yeah.
Yes, I think.
So I'm gonna say for the next 10 minutes at least, you have fear.
Cool. Let me.
Is it fear?
Yeah, it should be fear. Like frightened.
Frightened.
Yeah,
Yeah. So frightened creatures, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls whilst the source of fear is within line of sight, and the creature you can't willingly move towards
Am I fearful of this one guy or the army of these guys?
all of it.
Fucking
I would
everything.
imagine all of it.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
With that, you would probably start to notice the swords in hand. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Shit my pants.
Run.
Allowed roll a.
I don't
Roll a
wear
D4.
underpants. Jokes on you. Just rolls out the side.
Shake it out the leg.
So, upon seeing Nazim just get his fucking shit rocked, I'm looking around. What the fuck? Scimitar's covered in blood. It's just sprayed onto my face and body. I've now noticed the swords and clattering and the angry motherfuckers. I notice in detail their faces. Are they looking sadistic? Are they obviously their intentions are to kill, but are they like?
Roll a perception check,
Oh, okay. Are they like
which will be disadvantage.
advantage? Well, it's fucking 7. 7 again.
7. You can, again, after this has just happened, it's very hard for you to concentrate.
Sorry.
But from what you can see, at least the very immediate people that you see, the person that just swung the sword is a very dark-skinned human. A lot darker than what you're usually, quite well built. You can see behind him what looks to be a satyr. Again, very dark-skinned, but has the classic ram sort of legs. And behind them, you can see what looks to be another Leonin.
Okay.
Nah, no.
Shush.
What I'm trying to get from this is, do they look like they do this a lot? They just go to places, start pillaging.
They
or
look
do
like they
they're
know. They look like they
conscripted?
know how to fight.
Do they look like they're forced to do this? Like, I'm sorry to kill
They have slight grins on their face.
you. Okay. So I'm going to run away
Okay.
as fast as these little
Where
legs
would you
can
like to
take
run
me.
to?
Back up the hill.
Back up the hill.
Actually, I'm gonna run to my parents.
Okay.
Instinctively, because I'm scared as fuck, I'm going to run to
Okay. So as you start running, you guys would have just seen this. As you were moving away, you can start to hear screams. With the Shipwright brothers, you can see a couple of them unsheath what looks to be sort of 10-inch elaborately carved and made daggers.
Okay. Instantly, because he's rushed forward, I instantly see Matthias, and obviously he's in shock, and even I'm shocked at the scene. My first response is to quickly grab him, get him out of that trouble, and then, if anything, either head to the tavern or head back to mine so we can all regroup, because I'm going to start running, so it's going to take a while for me to get there and try to help, so that's just how I'm going to do it. Him, on the other hand, I'm just going to let him do what he needs. If he gets in trouble, that's when I'll get involved.
Bro, I'm about to fuck this guy up. So am I close to this guy running yet? And I'm sort of not running directly at him, because you said he was running like across from us. I'm gonna try and like spear tackle him.
I mean, you're not the closest person. They're probably like out of the 10 people there, it's probably like the back sort of 1 or 2 that you're closest to. I'd say you're close enough to either make a grapple or if you want to make an attack or.
I'm gonna do use my tavern brawler grapple. So we established it wasn't wisdom. I don't know why I had wisdom there, but he needs to make a DC 13 strength. So I'm gonna try and like blindside him, and then if I can, sort of like disarm him.
Yeah.
30. He does. Fuck yeah, he does. So I basically want to be like running sort of on the cross and then spear tackle him and then try and instantly disarm him. And then once I got him there, hold him down. And I guess in an interaction, if he's fighting back.
Oh, definitely.
Probably.
However.
Oh.
As you tackle this person on the ground, you successfully disarm them. They are not wielding a saber. They are wielding a straight longsword.
Oh, fuck. Yes.
The longsword is of pretty regular design. It's got a regular cross guard, nothing fancy. Looks very sturdy, looks well worn. The edges look relatively sharp, but other than that, it's fine. It's probably about yay high.
On you or me?
That's like...
In your hand, it's probably more like a short sword.
So I'm going to like either choke him out or just conk him on his head to knock him out.
Where I was going with that.
Oh, God.
So if you've got him sort of in a headlock, you notice that this person that you've got, you haven't seen the face yet, but this person that you've got isn't wearing the similar clothes that the rest of the bandits are wearing.
Did it just like gank one of our people? What'd you write?
I wrote Plains people.
Oh. Can I like quickly look at his face to see if I recognize him? I hope I didn't just gank one of the boys.
It's a female.
Of course you go for a female.
You looking at a quick, as you sort of have them in the chokehold, they're not able to sort of talk, obviously, being in a chokehold. They've got a dark hood that's sort of up over their head. They've got sort of bluish purple clothes underneath with leather armor over top. The leather armor sort of holds pretty closely to the body, whereas the robes are sort of a little bit more free-flowing. All of the leather on them is this sort of almost grey, almost a dark grey colour, unlike the usual sort of browns and light browns that you'd usually see as leather. You can, obviously you've got the long sword there. Having a quick look at the face almost looks like a lunar elf. It's very sharp features, very grey skin.
Maybe there's lunar elves with fucking spies.
It's not, not grey, like that sort of like white pasty, almost sickly,
Right.
sort of pale.
Well, man, woman, or child, she's getting choked out, and as soon as she passes out, I'm picking up that damn sword.
All right.
Oh my god.
So, I'd say you probably have enough experience to know sort of when to stop. So I assume you probably choke her out, and as soon as you sort of start to feel the body go limp, you then drop the body, you pick up the sword. The sword in your hands, you've never held a sword before. This is something very new to you. You have no idea how to wield it, but yes, you have a sword.
I've seen plays. So would
I've
you,
seen a YouTube
so
tutorial.
are we just for canon reasons? Will I not have my proficiency yet with this sword because I've never used it? Okay.
So you can use it, you can still do damage with it, you add your proficiency to the
Right.
attack bonus.
What is a
1d8?
D8? Fuck.
Or D10 two-handed.
Or D10 two-handed?
Yep.
Yep.
Just instinctively, I think you would know how a sword would work, and you could swing it
Oh, you better swing it.
Yeah.
But there's a very big difference between swinging a sword
and
And
efficiently
and
swinging
being
a sword.
proficiently swinging a sword.
So you're saying I won't add my damage modifier.
No, you're +2.
So +2 to hit, I'm not adding that.
Yeah.
Was that a yes? I'm not adding that?
You don't add your proficiency to attack, but you still add your bonus to damage.
Oh, okay.
You still get your +3 with strength.
Fuck, dude, I'm goaded.
So you
+3.
only have a +3 to hit instead of a +5.
Oh, okay. Now,
Proficient or
All good.
proficient?
so it's +3 to hit,
Yeah,
strength,
your strength.
and then not on the damage, or as
No,
well
no
as that.
damage.
Fuck, man,
just
dude,
don't
what am I,
have-
Jesus? This is insane.
So have your proficiency bonus.
These are my
Should be
proficiency.
+2.
I don't, okay, I don't have that,
Yeah.
and that's just like a standard thing with what I'm proficient.
Until we get
Oh, so that also
higher
works
levels.
for like speaking. 'cause
Yeah, yeah.
okay, right. This is fucking confusing.
All right.
You got
The man.
So you've just seen that. You were still with him.
Uh,
You're just.
I'm going for Matthias, so like
Okay.
I was going straight away.
So
for
you.
Matthias.
So as you're sort of running up, you would see Zyor tackling this person.
Yep.
You, as you're running up, you've started hearing screams from down the dock.
Makes me run a little faster.
As you're running a little faster.
I'm running back to mum and dad's.
You, as you start running, you also start hearing screams behind you. Some of them very close. You can start to hear the town bell being rung frantically. This time it's not in its usual sort of cadence. It's getting rung, ding, 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 ding. And then before that is quickly cut short.
Oh god.
It is starting to look pretty messy. You've just started sprinting away. One thing that you do notice is none of the people that are raiding have spoken a word yet. It's almost eerily quiet.
Apart from the
screens
and
happening.
gargles.
Hey?
Apart from the screams and gargles.
Yes.
Yeah, no, essentially I'm just fucking gapping it to mum and dad. I'm out of here. I mean, in my mind, they're going to have something to protect me and us because they're blacksmiths. That's my intentions. To be honest, I don't think I'm thinking of anyone else except for myself at this point in time.
It's a very Matthias thing to do.
Yeah.
So Endo, you see Matthias running up the hill. Would you like to continue to follow, or what are you doing? You can start seeing all this. You've seen about 3 or 4 people die right now.
Yeah.
You can see a couple of the other bandits, however, bandits, pirates, sailors. You can see bandits. You can start seeing them actually tackling some other people, and what looks to be quickly binding them up. They don't look like they're killing everybody.
Okay, I guess. Would I be able to catch up to Matthias in my?
Fuck,
Or would it be
catch
just?
his
Would it
hands,
just be
man.
literally like?
You're probably just
Okay.
as fast as each other, and he's driven by fear right
Yeah,
now.
have you ever
he's-
ran out of fear?
He's got the adrenaline pumping through his
Okay,
veins.
instantly. I know that he's got out of trouble. No, is no one following him?
No one particularly following him, but all the people that have landed, there are more now jumping off the boats as well.
God.
So far that you can see, there's probably about 20 already out, and they're just starting to move. They're starting to move underneath canopies. They're starting to move into warehouses. Everyone that they binded up, they're quickly moving back to what looks to be about 2 or 3 people that are sort of holding a few people hostage or guard. They're starting to move into buildings very quickly. It's very messy. You can't really keep track of everyone, but there are more people jumping off the boat.
Okay, instantly.
God damn.
I'll try my best to save one of the people that are getting tied up, like in the midst of getting tied up during that whole confrontation. So I'll try to like tackle one of them, like hit one of the people that are getting tied up. Like just ram it. Like kick it, but ram it.
Roll
Before we get the level 1.
a grapple check. I just want to remind you guys, you are
I know,
level
but
0.
I just need...
A sneeze in your direction.
I needed that longsword.
I got an 8.
So as you run up to what looks to be like a, I'd say probably a broad-shouldered, from what you can see, an orc.
Oh, yeah, you give me the biggest guy.
No?
And
Small orc.
Small.
and he's sort of like
He's only 7 feet.
he's tying up someone's legs. You can't really see who it is. You run up to go try and tackle him, and you sort of just like push up against the body and don't even move.
Yeah, I'm like, let go of it. And then like I make impact, but then like there's no like real force.
Before that, he as that happens, you're sort of behind him. He drops the body that he's currently doing, and he's turns towards you.
Before that happens, does he have a weapon that he's wielding at the moment, or is it sheathed?
He
Because I'd like to roll
Would you
a sleight
sheath
of
the
hand
weapon?
to attempt to take the weapon off him.
I don't know.
I think it's probably on the ground.
Yeah,
if you
I'd
try to
place
pass
it on the
someone up, would you
ground.
shoot the
Would I
weapon or
be
would you
able
just
to
throw it?
quickly grab it and see if I can, like,
Roll
in that
roll a dexterity check.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So-
Let me grab this shit.
There's a thing called plot armor, but Alex, that doesn't cover
Oh, wait.
stupidity.
So, give me a second. So, dexterity.
It's in your abilities.
Yeah. 15.
To be honest, you didn't have to give me the fear.
Oh, don't give me that
condition for me
fucking
to
look.
fucking run.
Let me please.
I'm gonna get my.
So as you are sort of standing there, and he's probably only about a foot taller than you. He looks quite fierce, big tusks sort of coming up, big lip ring, and yeah, quite a bit bigger than you in terms of muscle mass. As you quickly look up and you dart for a sword, he steps on the blade,
Ah.
and he just sort of shakes his head at you.
No, no, no.
In
comes a
retaliation,
bitch
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Roll an attack.
End it with fucking
I
balls of steel.
Balls, kid.
Well, plus the strength, 13.
13 to hit.
And this fucking orc.
So, just
Hits.
Oh. Okay, just a D4?
I think an unarmed strike is what? Just your strength?
Your
is what?
strength.
Yeah, it's just your strength.
I hit him for 1.
Yeah.
So,
R.I.P.
so I hit him for 1 in the hopes that I might be able to like daze him and then actually try to either, if I can't take the weapon, if he's still on it, I'm gonna attempt to. Shut up. I'm gonna attempt to move away, but I feel like he would get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, so as you start to move away, he's gonna just try and grab you. So roll a grapple check.
It was on a 15 and went straight to 5.
Yeah, that's definitely. So as you sort of run away, he grabs you around the neck before pulling you really close.
In that instance, I go, Zyle, like in the hopes that Zyle can hear me.
can I hear it?
With that,
No, don't say with that.
If we enter combat, I swear to
We're
fucking
in
God.
combat.
with that.
Jokes on you.
We're not sort of going. It's combat, but we're not really getting into combat because it's just going to take too long. So I'm trying to add story elements
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it
yeah.
as well. With that, you feel your necklace heat up around your neck.
Oh, fail safes. Good job. Good thinking, yeah.
As you can feel, you can almost hear a flicker of a voice in the back of your head, almost like it's coming from your own consciousness, but you can't really make out what it is. And you can feel this sort of bright heat as your necklace almost feels like it's branding you. I will allow you to cast Sacred Flame, and I'll allow you to move to level 1.
Yes! Suck shit.
But I beat him on level
Hey,
0.
Welcome to the club, bro.
Alrighty.
Dude,
Sacred
Sacred
Flame.
Flames and
I was that guy that camps there, except for that guy that can use magic.
Actually, wait.
Don't say wait now.
No, you cast
Yeah, Sacred Flame.
Fire
I didn't
Sneeze.
even know until he told me.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Shit, it's me.
Hang the fuck on.
You said my
Okay. They must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Of.
Oh, bear with me for a second.
12.
I can't, I'm just reading it.
Whilst this is happening, whilst you're sorting that out,
Yep.
Zyor, you're now at the docks. You can see Endar currently being held by the neck. You can see other people being tied up, and sort of other people running around. You then hear footsteps behind you. As you look behind you, you can see another 5 people on the dock.
They need 5 to take you out.
Yeah, fact. Like 5 terrorists.
Terrorists. Yes,
Evil dudes.
there's probably another 1 dressed like the one that you've just subdued.
So
And there's probably another 3 or 4.
when you say they are dressed different, does it look like they're dressed at a higher rank type thing?
Not exactly a higher rank, more just. And again, it's not like they're wearing the exact same clothes, but it almost looks like a uniform
Right, okay.
to an extent.
Well, there's 5. I know when there's too much for me. So you said at the end of the last campaign, my mother and brother stayed in the tavern,
Yes.
and my sister stayed at this guy's place. So what's closer, tavern or his place?
Indus House. I totally forgot about Doxia. Yes, Doxia is still at Indus House.
Yes.
What's she doing at
She's-
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
From where you are, they're probably actually much the same.
Well, I'll go straight for the tavern,
Okay.
getting my mother and brother.
Are the inn, you mean?
That one, yeah. The
Sleeping
inn.
sailor?
Yes, yeah. The sleeping sailor.
12.
12.
So dexterity saving throw of 12.
No, okay.
That's,
That's
a D20. Does nothing.
It's a 17.
Brother.
You can feel the heat there, but he has basically grabbed you and pushed you onto the ground right now.
Okay.
And he's beginning to tie you up.
Damn.
You can see this as well, Zyor. Matthias, you have run up the hill. You're back at the forge. Your parents still aren't there.
Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. I don't know what my parents would be doing at this time because I'm like just the lone child that does his own things and doesn't take notice of itineraries of anyone. DM, could you tell me what my parents would be doing roughly at this
Probably
time?
forgetting about you.
Yeah. Probably not loving me, standard.
Sorry, what was that?
What would my parents be doing? 'Cause I'm
Not loving you.
Yeah. we had the joke that they still wouldn't be loving me.
It's not a joke, it's reality.
It's
Yeah.
reality.
This is a fantasy, guys. Come on.
So, what would they be doing?
Because Matthias would.
Well, you know that. Well, obviously the shop is where they work. Their house is further away.
It's still pretty early. I feel like they'd be doing something. But I'm gonna panic, go to the house next.
Okay.
That's my next bet to try and find the old parentals.
All right. So as you start moving away, I'm going to say by this time you are no longer frightened.
Copy.
So you've sort of gained hold of your nerves, and you're sort of the way your brain works. You're sort of working through all your emotions, and you're starting to come to terms with what you've seen. You're starting to go a bit of survival mode. You are on the way to your parents' house, which you would have gotten to by now, most likely.
Okay.
In
Fuck, boy.
Yeah, I know.
well, your parents don't live too far. Well, your parents live basically in town.
I live in town. I'm still with mum and dad.
Yeah. So you rock up to your house. It looks like your parents are both inside.
What's dad doing?
Your mum.
Oh shit! I'm getting a little sibling. Now's not the time.
Okay. It looks like they're preparing, getting ready for breakfast.
Sweet. I barged through the door. Mum, dad, we're under attack.
Okay. Honestly, out of the amount of things that you've come bursting here saying
I go,
before,
shh, listen.
you listen from this distance. You can hear the sort of the usual. You can hear banging. You can hear the odd scream. It's very quiet. To which point, roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, that's rough.
Well, I don't think I'm going to roll higher than it. So, persuasion disadvantage. I rolled a 2. That's a total 9.
Wow, what the fuck?
Plus 7's mad.
Your mother's sort of like, what's going on? And then your father quickly pipes up and says, you know what he's like. The amount of things that he's running here saying, yeah, okay. Zyle, we can hear you out there screaming, buddy.
I run to my bedroom. I grab my pack and all my little belongings. So I grab my fishing spear, my small knife. I grab my instruments, stuff them in my large storage bag, and I throw them on the table and I say, we need to leave. We're under attack. A ship just crashed into the dock and people poured out of it and they're killing people.
Okay, that's enough, Oscar. That's
I grab
gone a
him
little
by
bit
the
too
hand.
far.
I say, step outside and have a look.
So as he
Oh no.
steps outside,
Oh,
your mother's sort of, she's paying quite a bit of attention to you. She's not exactly moving to get ready yet because obviously it's a big thing to ask, just pack up everything and go. Your father walks outside and from this distance, probably wouldn't be able to see anything other than the ship at the dock, the crash ship at the dock. To which your father sort of says, okay, I see the ship. Okay, I get your point. When did it crash?
Literally about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes ago.
2 to 5 minutes, yeah.
Like a couple minutes ago, and people poured out the sides. They're not saying anything. Like, I don't hear any noise coming from them. It's just our people dying. I think. I didn't actually see anyone die. I heard a lot of screaming.
Right. All right, get inside. Everyone rushes inside. He sort of grabs your mum and says, pack the food, stay here. I'll be right back. He runs into his bedroom. You see your mum start to pack some things up. Your dad runs out. He's now carrying an axe.
I thought you were going to say shotgun.
Yeah, just how you hold it.
Get out, Marlon.
Pulls out the gat.
Pulls out a light rifle.
Yeah.
I was given this by Matthias. I hope it works.
It's a large mini trebuchet.
Yeah, large mini trebuchet. So your dad runs out with an axe. He looks to you and he says, do you think you can fight?
I know what you've taught me. I'm holding my fishing spear, but I'm...
If what you're saying is true, and I swear if it's not, I'm going to give you the hiding of a lifetime.
I promise it's true. I'm not
And
making
obviously you don't know your dad's full entire history. Again, you've seen his tats, you've seen his scars, and I mean he's still in relatively good shape despite his age.
shit is fucking inherited.
And
He's like the dad you see in like Cover magazine.
yeah, Hugh Jackman on the front. Yeah. Again, you don't know his entire past, but he has taught you a little bit just from exercise. You've never fought against someone properly, obviously.
I wasn't very good at that.
He hands you a hatchet. Not a large axe, but a hatchet. Little bubby axe.
Fucking hurts.
There's, as men, it's our duty to protect as many people as we can, get them out safely. Honey, bar the door. We'll be right back. Don't let anyone in other than us. Your mum sort of starts gathering things. If you're going to follow your dad out the door,
Yes, sir.
as you head out the door, you can hear the clank of the bar being held into place. Your mum's going around shutting all the shutters, turning off, blowing out all the candles, all that sort of stuff. It looks like no one's home, but you and your father are outside, ready to go.
Right, wait for his lead.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow his lead.
All right. Cool.
Time for a fucking fight.
Time for Zio to save my fucking ass.
Time to
Yeah, I was only leaving because you got like
Yeah.
god power.
So yes, you are on the ground.
I'm calling out to Zio.
You're heading to your parents' place again. You are confronted with 5 more
yeah.
intruders.
Yeah. So they're for layman's terms, they're in front of me. This guy's behind me. And then I gotta go behind me anyway. So I'm gonna be like, right, okay. How far are these 5 people?
From you, probably about 20 feet.
That's insanely close. Well, I'm gonna be like, shit. Turn on a dime. Have the longsword drawn and run at the orc that's holding Ender. And
All right.
go for a lunge.
Make a attack. At the
Please.
same time,
That is me.
Nah, it's a 13.
Oh, I thought it was 19.
13 is a hit.
Oh, of course it's
Yeah, but
fucking
mine was a hit, like
of
you-
course it's a fucking hit. That's
Roll a damage, please.
that's a 10, right?
Yep.
Fuck yeah, it's a 10.
Are you going for a two-handed lunge?
8.
8. So with an 8, you
Hold it. Wait a minute.
Do I kill him?
That ain't right.
This will be my first death. I'll have to take his shoes.
8, you run and you sprint up as you sort of drive this thing, almost like a spear that you've wielded in the past. You drive it as far as you can, straight through the back and through the ribs. Again, he's sort of standing over top of you with you on the ground like that. The sword sort of goes up through the ribs and it sort of crunches as blood starts to drip out of the sternum onto your sort of body as you're sort of lying there. And that's when you feel the glow again. As the glow gets hotter and hotter and hotter, the orc takes his hand off of you to like sort of grasp at the sword that's now protruding. You then sort of hold up your hands to sort of protect yourself.
protect myself.
And as that happens, a beam of fire shoots straight up and sort of engulfs their head as he starts.
I'm in complete fear watching this. Like, oh my god.
You're still holding basically from the back as you see this head engulf in flames.
I was gonna lift him, but not anymore. Damn.
I think the sword would break before that happened.
Damn.
Man, I'm probably gonna like yank it out in a sideways direction so he sort of falls over, hoping to fall over, and then grab Ender by the collar, pick him up, and just throw him to run that direction.
Okay.
Instantly I go to, like, as soon as I
level
throws
up.
me.
Level up.
Lucky Mars, still a civvy.
As soon as Zyle throws me, I kind of go to him, Zyle, we need to get out of here. Your sister's at mine. Isra's at mine. We have to go. No, don't look at me like that.
2 most important women in my life.
We need to get out of here.
I said what I said.
You can hear the footsteps starting to get closer and closer and closer.
Fuck. Okay, Zyle, we need to get out. Do I see Grayson, Jason, and Mason?
No.
Oh man, they died.
Shit.
They don't kill.
Fuck. Okay. I try to convince Zyle, like, Zyle, we need to get out of here. This is not looking good. They're getting reinforcements. There's more coming. We can't do this.
Go to your house, pack a bag. Everyone pack a bag. Pack one for me. I gotta get my family.
Okay, can we meet at yours? Because yours in the outskirts. Maybe we can regroup somewhere in the forest.
Sure, tell the others.
Okay. Instantly, I run and I'm going straight back home to pick up the 2 girls and go to school. Go to school.
Okay, so you guys start sprinting off to your place.
Yep.
Now, you and your father, you have headed basically from your house directly east to some of the sand dunes that overlook both the Grey Rite and the church. Oh, sorry, the church is up on the cliffs. As you start moving towards the church, from here, you've actually started to see some of the figures starting to spread out further and further and further. You can hear some screams now coming a little bit closer from buildings that they're basically just barging into. As you get closer to the church, you can see about 3 people run into the church before your father basically just full tilt starts sprinting after them.
I run after Dad. In my mind, I'm thinking, how good would it be to have Zyle with me right now with his longbow, looking down at the vantage point up here,
Facts.
looking down from the vantage point, I can chase after Dad.
Okay, so as you're sort of running, your dad sort of just turns to you and says, remember, if you can't beat him, run.
Join them.
I was like waiting for that.
And
Takes the
I look
outfit.
back at Dad and I say, rather die than be a slave. Understood.
And before that, so as that happens, you sort of breach into the door. You can see Bilal standing at the altar at the far end of the room. He's sort of throwing books at these people.
My plan.
His feathers on his neck are sort of like raised and sort of, he's looking quite scared. The three would-be killers are standing there. They've got their swords drawn, but again defending themselves against the books, the Bible of the church. Without making a noise, your father sort of creeps up behind one, holding the axe double hand before smack. Yes. Coming straight down on one of the would-be assassin. Oh, not really assassin. The bandit's head. Let's say bandit, pirate, bandit.
Following suit, I want to do that with the hatchet.
Okay.
You make me proud, son.
Roll an attack roll
All right, here we
with
go.
advantage.
Woo! Okay, glad. Wait, I don't have proficiency with this, do I?
No.
And hatchets are not finesse. I'm getting them +0. I got a 15.
15 hits.
Yeah, so hatchets are DC. I got a 2.
2 damage. So as you sort of come down, you miss your mark a little bit and sort of buries it deep into the shoulder, causing the bandit to drop their saber. With that, they sort of turn around before looking at you. I'll give you another attack if you want.
I'm gonna hatchet again. Is that also with advantage? Or no?
No.
Okay, well I rolled a 19.
Okay. So with the 9...
Okay.
It's not that it matters. 5 damage. Okay. Again, you've never buried a hatchet into someone before. So the feeling of crunching bones as it sort of deepens into the shoulder, it offsets you a little bit, and you probably weren't attacking with your full strength. As you see this face turn towards you, that looks like it's sort of utter disgust, which probably just say, just a regular human male. Nothing interesting about this one. As it turns towards you, and he sort of like opens up his teeth to try and like make a bite against you almost. With that and the sort of the fear and the adrenaline and what you've already seen, you pull back your hatchet and it's sort of just a quick flurry of "Dah!" as you start just smacking.
Fucking going ham. I'm striking in the face as much as I can.
And the sort of anger that was in his face quickly turned to fear as you start just hammering into this body, blood sort of scattering up at you as you sort of fervently.
It's like bang, 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 and then I push him down. Bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang, bang, bang. It's
yeah.
like hammering a nail.
Yeah, no, it's brutal and there's blood everywhere. Before you look up at the final intruder. And you will go to level 1.
Hey!
Everyone's getting level 1. Oh, yeah.
And that is probably where we're going to have to end the session.
No.
Wait, do I even find my parents? God damn.
You're heading there. We'll pick that up next episode.
I swear to God.
Good thing we're doing it next week, man. This freaking.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm gonna be
actually
pissed all
so
week.
relieving when I think about it. Oh.
Okay, so with that, thank you very much for everyone who has been watching. Thank you again, Michael Galfi, for the music, and Kylie Brielle for our theme song. We will be back again next week, same time, and hopefully we've sorted out our technical issues. If not, we can make do for now. What else? Anything from you guys before we say our goodbyes and start our 20 for 20s podcast talk show?
Thanks for tuning in.
Where my dad at?
Where my dad?
Have you seen my dad?
Father, help.
No, my boy.
Literally me and Dad right now.
Nah.
No, I'm speechless. I want more. I want more.
All right, so yeah, thank you very much. Stay tuned. We are about to start our talk show, which happens at the end of every show, and we just have a quick discussion about what just happened. And I guess we'll do a disclaimer again. We'll do a quick cut, and then we'll start the episode.
That's it.
Okay, so everyone quiet. Beep, whoop. Hello, and welcome back to our 20 for 20s talk show, where we are talking about episode 2, which was titled Unwelcomed Guests.
I would have thought land ho, but hey.
Land.
She ain't a hoe. And anyway.
Hey, she's had a lot of men on her.
So, yeah, we're just going to have a quick discussion. Obviously, this is happening right after our episode. We're going to have a quick discussion about what our characters are feeling, what's going on. Ender, how are you feeling after that last episode?
I'm depressed. I didn't do anything.
Bro, I ran.
Well, like the thing was like, like my who I am, I'm the one that always has to put himself first before others. And that's why I was like, I need to help someone to like have that impact as Ender. Like,
Right.
like he's the good guy, and then he has to be like the good guy.
Did you
Right.
say put yourself first before others?
Stop the cat.
I have to make sure that it's all about me.
Ah,
yeah,
gotcha.
but yeah, when that happened, I was just like, ah, shit. Well, I'm in trouble. And then that was a surprise. I didn't think you would activate that necklace kind of thing happening. So I was just like,
That's a good
I'll
way
roll.
to fucking.
I'll roll with it. I'll roll
I had to
with
do
it.
something with that fucking dumbass.
Right?
Well, I thought like hitting him over, but you gave me a fucking orc. Like, what do you want me to do? I should have
Hey.
rolled
Well,
up
if you had rolled a better strength check, I would have made it a human.
should have made it like
Right, we're weak.
you're weak.
We're civvies.
Regardless, it was an interesting session. Ender definitely is quite shocked of the experience. And right now, his main priority is to get everyone together, grouped up, and get out of there before they get captured or worse, killed.
And
Facts.
dad, literally, just trying to be the hero.
I'm trying to be.
He
the
just he
hero.
just cooks, man. Now all of a sudden he's the hero. I like it. I like this.
Let him
transition.
cook. Just let him.
Let him.
Shut up. Shut up.
But yeah, that's me. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Crazy.
Zio, how are we feeling?
Goated with the sauce, bro. I mean, shit, man. You know I had to get in there straight away. Instantly worked. The grapple worked. Choked out a woman. Oops.
Dude, I was trying so my.
You said leather armor. I was like, oh, okay, that could be useful, but there's no way it'd fit me.
No.
Absolutely no way it'd fit
It
me.
might be able to go around your leg.
Yeah, bro. I get like a plus half the fucking thing. But I got me sword, boys. We just killed a orc. That was the first death, so we're gonna have to steal his shoes.
Well, you're still in his shoes. I'm
That's
out.
not, oh, it could fit me, man. I ain't gonna care.
Would it? An orc and Leonin. But
Relatively same height.
I've seen a big ass orc, but nah, man. Got to get my family. I have this thing in my head. I put them on a boat, and then it's like goodbye. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I gotta go 2 places. Then I gotta go back to my house. Then we gotta figure out a way to escape. So we're from my house. We can only go north, south, or west, and we're not going west. Absolutely not going west.
What, are you scared to see a cassowary?
No, I'm scared of the desert.
Just for anyone who is watching as well, any of the audience, if you have any questions about that episode or any questions about the podcast or anything that you want to send through, also send through on Twitch as well, and we will answer them. This is the time to ask. So
that's a good
Roast us.
yeah, or roast us. Yeah,
Flame
that's
us.
also
That's a
love
good
it.
question.
Please don't. I have low self-esteem.
When we were watching that ship enter the dock, was it coming from the north or south?
south.
Okay, so it's best we head north. But like in the next session, like if they've been fucking around down the south, best to head north where it's not been fucked around.
where was Black Sand? That was north or south of us?
West.
Let's head west, guys.
Does it?
Yeah, Worth.
Worth.
Nest. Yeah, it was
Yep.
Nest.
Let's go that way.
North, yeah. yeah.
Just around the corner.
Because I was like, I swear they got a, they're a coastal town, no? Is
Black Sand,
Sand?
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so they are north.
It's almost like they
No, they're
have,
west.
have
They are
a
west.
distinctive
They're like-
feature
they're
that they may have been
Other
named
side of the
after.
island.
Right?
The
They're west.
It's probably their trade.
Not many places in Australia have
We're on
Black
the
Sand though.
east coast, and so
Like
they're
New Zealand,
like across
I feel
the
like New Zealand there are heaps of beaches. that
There's a
have Black sand.
few, but they're down
Cool.
south, aren't they?
No idea.
I'm
There's
really
black
confused.
soil.
Black, yeah.
And that's
called
it's,
dirt.
It's inland.
We're on the east coast,
Yes.
and they're west.
Yes.
Yes.
So that like you go around, and that's them. With a ship, if you were going to drive a ship,
Drive a ship.
Yeah.
yeah, you heard me. You're gonna go around.
You're on
to
the
get to-
southeastern part of the continent.
So think of
Oh, so they're just.
Yeah.
Ah, fucking-
I'm pulling up the map.
As generally
Tweaking,
how.
bro. I'm tweaking.
Yeah, so if you imagine sort of the continent like that, you, from where you're seeing, is about here. Black Sand's roughly around the middle, sort of.
Right. Okay. So we're like on the other side of. They're in the bite, but we.
the bite.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They're in
Okay.
that
Okay.
cove.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
See, I imagine when you think island, it's a circle, and then you're like, oh, we're on the east.
I
they're
don't
west
think
of
there
us.
is a single island ever in the history of ever that's a literal circle.
I mean,
Can you?
Anyway,
New Zealand.
It's not a circle.
Excuse me.
The closest thing to a circle I can think of is
Tasmania.
don't.
like the little like dock things near like I think in Dubai how they come out and then they're like
Oh yeah, no, fair enough.
Yep.
I wouldn't call it an island, but fair enough. They are very circular. Anyway, on to Oscar. How's Oscar feeling after that last?
fucking panicked. Don't know if you could tell. Like the throwing books and stuff, the whole plan I had was when back at home and they were cooking breakfast, which I'm glad that you said they're prepping breakfast, because if an intruder had burst through, I would have threw bowls and cereal at them. Like fucking Fruit Loops, Cocoa Pops, Wheat Bix, it was all coming out.
Yes.
Porridge. Yeah, frightened is a good word. All he can think about right now is it making Dad proud. And in the back of his mind, I hope Sophia's safe. He's not even thinking about the boys at the moment.
Fair enough.
Honestly, I don't think anyone is.
Nah, Ender is. Ender's just like, I gotta save someone.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. It's just my nature.
Hero.
Fuck you.
And how about Matthias? You just seen some heavy shit.
Shit in his pants, man. I mean, he wouldn't have much to do with Nazim, but still, seeing someone get fucking split open in front of you, it's pretty traumatic. Even without the condition of fear, he definitely would have been shitting his pants.
Yeah,
for
no, I
sure.
can imagine so.
Obviously,
Drop a leg to drop a log.
yeah. Honestly, it's more stressful that he can't find his parents where they should be at this time of day. But hey, I guess we'll see next session if old Daddy-O comes in swinging or just goes, fuck off. You're talking shit. Go away.
Intruders come in. I'm busy. Come back later.
Yeah.
And yeah, your parents don't live too far out of town. It's probably only another like 100 or so meters from like sort of the main base. But yeah, you obviously will deal with that next session and the consequences of that. Consequences to actions. That's a lot of the majority of what this campaign is about. There's a lot of consequences for actions.
We're looking at you, Ender.
What? and I'm not saying that what you guys have done, everything that you've done so far will have short-term impacts, and then, but the actual event itself, depending on how you guys roll with it, will have lasting impacts as well. But yes, no. I mean, you guys were sort of already starting to question, like obviously after the last episode, you guys were sort of trying to figure out what was happening, and a lot of you sort of did mention raiders and that sort of stuff, and I didn't give anything away, but yeah, I guess you were right to an extent. I saw you guys passing notes quite fervently.
Yep.
What do you mean?
What
That
is
was
it?
discreet.
Dragons?
But yeah, no, so it should be an interesting, at least the next session. And I think if I'm timing it correctly, after next session, it should be like the campaign proper.
Ooh.
So like this isn't exactly the.
This is a forcing us out of town to do shit.
Well, this is the introduction. This is basically giving you guys your purpose.
Or we get captured.
Do you want to get captured?
Like, catch me if you can.
Catch
but,
me.
I ain't having that.
But yeah,
You like chains and whips.
so
Haven't tried it.
it will be interesting. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys like this session and that you're excited with what is coming.
Before we derail this talk show, has anyone got questions?
No, we haven't
Yeah,
received any questions.
breaks
from
my
anybody.
heart.
It's okay.
I
Alright,
refuse
let's get
to be
into the
captured.
bullshittery.
I refuse to be captured. I will go down.
Ooh,
Before I
will you though?
Rather die than be
Bro,
played,
I'm a munch, bro. Of course I'll go down. No, I will not be captured. I will die before I'm in shackles.
I think my captors would probably kick me off with the amount of questions.
So why did you pick me?
Why me? Like, what did you like about me?
I just want to put it on record. I know Oscar said rather die than be a slave. Understood, like that's the mentality. He will get shackled. Like if it comes to it, he'll surrender. He likes life.
Okay.
Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Just take me.
Talk's a big game, but the reality is he'll buckle.
When Bilal was throwing the supposed holy books, are you sure he wasn't throwing Oscar's homework?
What Oscar?
Yeah, he would be throwing
Homework.
Yeah, definitely wasn't Oscar's homework.
Maybe Matthias's.
It was all Sophia's homework, all the stacks of her homework that she hands in.
It's like, fuck, what the fuck? Just chuck it.
If there was my homework, I'm sure that one got thrown with extra vigor.
Yeah.
In considering how you pointed out the two important people at the front of the helm of the ship being the one that had a supposed spear, or no, was it a spear or a
Staff.
staff? Yeah, sorry.
From the distance, it looked like a
And
Was it
a
made of glass?
and
not
a,
glass though.
and a Captain Jack Sparrow motherfucker with a brim hat, just holding on, like as if he's like he knows what he's doing, even
Yeah.
though he's fucking up his ship.
Just see him holding on. He's crashed before.
Yeah, he's crashed before.
Yeah,
I
not
guarantee you're gonna force us to go back and confront them. I have a feeling.
What do you mean? They
can't-
wouldn't be plot hook characters.
That would be railroading, wouldn't it?
What you will need to do, however, since we're all level 1 now, just make sure everyone gets things ready for level 2. Not saying that you're leveling up next level or
my
next
God.
session,
Bet.
but I did tell you guys you're going to be leveling up pretty fast.
That's cap.
So just make sure everything's ready because I'm going to do it. I'm not going to force it in there, but I will try and do it naturally. So again, I will grant level ups from basically now on. If I feel like you've played your character exceptionally well, if you've done anything exceptionally heroic in terms of your character, so obviously something heroic for you, Matthias, might not be the same thing that's heroic for Zyol.
Yeah, it'd be selfless action.
As well as sort of just general milestones as well. There will be times where you're not all the same level. You might be a level or even 2 levels apart from each other sometimes.
I'd be
But-
impressed.
But yeah, it all just comes down to how I think that you guys are playing your characters. And again, I think you guys are doing very well right now. And I'm really excited to see how you guys interact with the next part of the session because it could go any which way. I'm prepared for any which way, but
Same.
well, I say any which way, but
I'm prepared. You got my text.
yeah.
You also said, I don't know if you remember, you might have been a bit tired, but you said it was canon that my father had a full set of plate armor at our house.
Plate armor.
So
Pretty sure it was leather.
so when we go back there,
Pretty sure it was leather.
no, it was plate.
Yeah, he's an ex-soldier.
Yeah, he fought.
It's made out of like plates, like wooden plates. Yeah.
Yeah, dinner plates. Dinner plates.
Dinner plate armor. Massive disadvantage, like extra disadvantage in stealth. Roll 3 times, take the lowest.
It's just made out of shattered glass.
I don't know. I reckon you get one use out of it, but it's like advantage on like thing.
It's an,
Can you imagine?
it's an antique, just breaks upon his
How
back.
did they build off that? Like shattered glass armor. Imagine you were shirtless underneath, like the scratches you'd have on your nipples.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
What I need to question, right? We don't have windows or glass. How did Nazim have glasses? Is that why you killed him? Because he had too much information?
He had the forbidden glass.
Yeah.
No. Like, so again, you don't see. I mean, glasses are expensive, and
I mean, yeah, making this much glass compared
Yeah.
to this much glass.
it is expensive. And again, obviously, making lenses. I'm sort of judging the fact that they've had glasses for 1,000 years now.
Since the first age began,
Yeah, since the first age.
they understood
They,
sight is improbable.
Yeah.
is necessary.
And like in the real world, glasses have been made for ages. It's been relatively easy to make lenses to make people. They're not as accurate as today. You're not going to completely correct someone's visions, but it's obviously a lot better than what it would be without.
He's probably from the capital.
But yes, in terms of glass in itself, and especially what you saw on that ship from the taxman that time, stained glass, you've never seen that before. Glass you have seen in small amounts every now and again, but yeah, it's too expensive, and you're sort of too remote to have any glass smiths.
Glaziers?
A glazier.
Glassmiths?
It's a glazier.
Glazier?
Goggles, not glasses.
Glizzy?
Glizzy?
Loose.
Wow.
But yeah, so I guess that's pretty much
Like
it. Oh,
black
is
glass.
Dan starting to feel sick again? That was the question from Adam.
I was never sick.
Oh,
Wait, what?
I was just talking about. We
So
had
we're,
technical difficulties.
We're lying to each other now, so that's the thing.
oh yeah. This is how friendships break down.
Wait, we're friends?
We are co-workers and nothing more.
I don't know this man. Never met him in my life.
Bro.
Fuck, he's 16.
But yeah,
That's like Jack's age.
Jack is not a minor. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
No, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that.
No, it's covered by the disclaimer.
Hello, Crime Stoppers. Yes, I'd like to make a report. Our DM is no.
All comments are not likely to offend. Disclaimer. But yeah, no, I think
Not
that's-
likely, but could still happen.
I think that's basically everything. Any last words for everybody?
We should probably turn the mics off.
Yeah, just
No,
It's starting to get a little
I-
bit.
I-
You need,
Sign it
you need
off.
a cold
enjoying
shower.
What you're cooking for us.
Hey,
I said I'm enjoying what you're cooking for us.
thank you. Let him cook.
Oh,
In reality,
Wow.
it's got oil and onions.
Yeah, it's going to be a tear-jerking, slippery slide.
you're gonna kill all of our parents.
It's gonna be
and our
interesting.
loved ones.
I'm scared.
No, that's why I'm scared. That's why I'm like,
No, I'll head back to town and my house will be burnt down and my mother's locked inside.
oh, don't. What the fuck? Joke's on you. My
I know
parents are
how
already
dark-
dead.
I'm not sadistic, and I'm also not the type of person that's just gonna kill off lead female characters
That was a
to.
lead.
Well, I'm not gonna kill off female characters. It's such an overused trope.
Well, that's just
So you
sexy.
you killed
no,
my.
I'm gonna kill them. Don't worry.
R.I.P. Mum.
But I'm not going to specifically use them for plot-driven devices because it's such an overused trope. Oh, my mum's died and I got to go get revenge.
Because it works.
I know it works, but it's an overused trope, and I'm
If they
trying
don't-
to make my own story.
So why'd you
Ain't
kill my
broke,
parents?
Don't fix it.
You killed your own parents.
But my
And
my
only
father
your
though.
mum's dead. Only your mum's dead. Maybe.
Maybe.
As we
Female trope, no
as we leave
male
town,
trope.
see a familiar wagon.
Oh, bro, he came with the milk.
Ass like that.
Yeah, look at that.
I was
just
like, oh shit, I'm looking at that ass.
It's like, Andrew, I got the cure and I brought milk.
Well, hey, hold up. Milk's a rare commodity in this. campaign.
Exactly.
He
So he
actually
probably.
found the fabled milk.
No, we got wombat milk. Oh,
Dragon's milk.
Adam said, by cooking, are you referring to that orc's head?
dude.
Yes.
Lol.
I bet it stank.
Yeah, probably stank. Probably stank.
I still don't know how the fuck I did it.
Well, you
Yeah.
Well, you didn't.
But that's the thing. I
let's
did
go.
it. It just happened. I was like,
So did the flame come out of his necklace or his hands?
His hands.
hands because I went like this and I just went, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Oh,
got those sacred fingers.
I'm so weak.
Spirit fingers.
Israel would know.
Okay, no, okay. Before this gets silly, goofy.
I meant Sophia.
Even before.
That is it for this session. We will see you again next week. Thank you for joining in.
Ciao.
Later.
Can I get a